loud compared to everything else. So I'm wanting to make sure that it's not. And then the last time we streamed, I was super quiet compared to everything else. So I'm wanting to make sure we're balanced in here.
Sure.
So go ahead and keep talking because we're gonna have to use that for. So there's Mage Armor, Charles Xavier.
Yep. So then you have the Charles Xavier. Then you have enlarge/reduce, where you could literally like make things bigger or smaller, and it doesn't even matter if it's a living or inanimate object, which is kind of cool. Invisibility, which is just like straight up actual invisibility, like no penalty to it. Just like, okay, you're invisible now. What do you want to do? There's levitate, where you can levitate yourself or others. Then this one I thought was kind of really cool. It's called Misty Step. It literally is a teleport, 30 feet teleport, anywhere you want, as long as you can see it. And last but not least, there's Spider Climb, which I thought was kind of cool because it's straight up Spider-Man, but it basically instead of you having to use your hands to like climb up stuff, you can walk up things and be upside down and have your hands free.
I can do that as a monk. Not really. I could eventually like climb vertical surfaces like they're nothing.
Yeah, that's the thing there that you like just spider climb it, which is basically you can walk up like a vertical thing and be standing upside down and be like, haha, Spider-Man. But like those are just some of the ones that I was looking at. I was like, man, these are really cool.
Sorry. My reaction's going to be delayed right now because I'm listening to the stream. I don't have audio.
You're fine.
Okay, I need to back away from my mic.
If you need to back away from your mic, and I'm sitting here talking, you guys should all be pretty much the same volume, so it's just basically me and one of you guys should be arguing to see the difference.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are we arguing about?
We're arguing about your face.
I mean, that sounds
and
good.
how neither one of us liked
Michelle,
it.
can I get your voice volume?
What?
They didn't need you to talk for a minute.
Oh, sorry. Hi, I'm talking.
I was like, here it is. What? Can you just talk for a little bit?
Yeah, remember, he's like 10 seconds behind.
Yeah.
Okay. We should be good. Sorry, I'm slow. Yeah. Okay.
That was fun.
Okay.
It sounded decent though. Like
yeah,
everybody sounded okay.
Yeah, as long as I'm not right here.
Yeah, it sounded like I was about twice as loud, so I just halved my mic volume for the stream. Okay, I'm gonna bring up a chat as well.
I got my app open, so.
Actually, yeah, I'm gonna have to rely on you guys to talk. I'm gonna have too many things going on. Or at least just let me know if someone says anything. Or respond. Oh, the only other thing that I had two other things. One, bathroom breaks, like I need to get up and grab something real quick. Breaks like just this is gonna be college, just get up and do it.
Right.
I don't want to try and make it where it's like, nope, we can only pee once an hour in between sessions. No, we'll just fucking get up. If there's something that's like, hey, I'm gonna be gone for 6 minutes, can you give me a minute? Yeah, just let us know and we'll. But if it's like, hey, if I'm gonna be getting up for less than like 2-3 minutes, we'll just we'll figure it out. I mean, still feel free to be like, hey, I'll be back in a couple minutes here. That's fine. The other thing was Burke and I have started listening to this Actual Play podcast. And one of the things we really liked about it was every time they rolled, they said, for example,
Doll has rolled a 4.
Silver rolled an 11. Like, and they just tell what the final number was, adjusted for the +6s or whatever else is going in there, or...
There's a creeper right there.
It really helped out for the audio portion of it since there wasn't an actual video for it. They're like, Doll has rolled a 7, Lucia rolled a 6, and Silver rolled a 7. Just like you call out your character's roll.
Yep.
Whenever you do roll them, so we'll try and get in that habit. I really liked it. It just was it really helped out, so you knew what was going on. And I'll try and be more descriptive in like where things are happening. So I'm in here. Lucia's in here. Brian, do you need the rolls?
Oh shit!
Link?
No, I'm there.
Oh, okay.
That.
You beat Burke.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. I'm trying to remember that it's like / Nick. Right?
Hmm?
Do you need the little quotes?
No, to get rid of the quote guy.
So it's / Nick space and then whatever it is.
Silver, whatever else you had to add on because silver's already taken.
Let me know when you're gonna do that. Chair. What was I looking up?
Okay, so I have it available where you guys can type in the Skype message here. If you guys need to say anything that way that's not in the roles room, I will be available for text message if you guys need to send me anything that is like DM to single player.
Do you want text or Skype? Because like I'll pull up either.
I'd rather it be Skype. If you guys want to pop up an individual window for me for Skype, that would be better for me. But I'll take anything as long as someone lets me know where it's coming from.
Roger.
With Skype, I'll see the blinking light probably. If not, just let me know. Oh shit. Fucking A, I got on here 45. I got on here 45 minutes early and I still wasn't like prepped enough. Damn.
I'm not whitewashed anymore.
Oh shit, I just lost that cap. God. Okay, so let's go here, Oh, nope. Yeah. Monitor.
Hi, Michelle.
2.
How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Awesome.
Wrong one. 1.
Oh, so Burke, you might find this funny. I was watching a video the other day, and
What? You were watching a video?
I know, right?
Inconceivable.
But basically, they were doing this, like they were showing off some of the stuff. It was really made me laugh. I almost sent it to you. It's like they were pairing like hardcore metal, like music with a nano boosted alting New Mercy. It was actually really funny. I almost sent it to you.
Okay. I think I'm good. Need to grab my notes.
Grab my notes.
Have those
Don't
next
mind
to
if
me.
I do.
So, this is just kind of a basic question. So, when you attack, like when I attack with my Kamaz, it's a 1d4 damage, right? Are there any bonuses to that? Is that just
fuck?
that's where I don't think so. Or do you get a strength bonus? I don't understand.
It would say, wouldn't it?
Because it
Because
'Cause
like
all-
under my weapon description, it says like add your dexterity modifier.
yeah.
I would assume it's your strength modifier, truthfully, for you, since not just because I'd pick your biggest one, but
Melee weapons are strength and
Yeah.
ranged weapons are dexterity.
yeah, except for like a few like random ones in between. Like one of the swords is a dex based. I think daggers can be dex based too if you're a rogue. There's like random little things, but for the most part, if you're meleeing, it's strength based. If you're yeah, it's just plus your modifier for that weapon. So that weapon would be
That's probably strength based.
yeah, it's strength based. I would say for sure it's strength based. I mean, you've got the ability to attack and then change your modifiers to dex, but I think your strength's better anyway, so it doesn't make any difference.
Yeah. Well, I just did strength because I'm big. I probably should have put it on dex, but it's only one above it right now anyway. So.
Okay.
Dex is +4.
Oh, there we go. Putting myself in the mood. I have
Silver is OP.
Drinking already?
No, I have the
Oh.
Shire theme playing. Definitely not the 10-hour version.
Emily thought that meant you were jacking off.
Oh my god.
All right, I'm bringing this in because this is going to be another backup recording.
Got him.
And the ability
Got
to
him.
do this.
I am not trying to seduce you.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. I pulled my back out on that move. Oh no.
Oh, I don't have a folder for this. Oh well, I'll just.
Oh shit. Record.
There's just so much shit to get ready on these things. I'm sorry. I said I wanted to try and get this going by 9, and I'm the one that's fucking this all up. Okay.
Yeah, we were talking about it, and you're out.
Clacy. The date say 2017. 27th.
If I take it off push to talk, is this annoying?
I can't tell so far. Nothing's
So
making
far,
any
we're
noise.
good.
Okay.
There's not much background noise so far.
That'll just make my life easier. If my typing, because I keep notes, is too much, let me know.
Okay. I can foresee that as potentially something that does happen.
But were you typing just then?
No.
Yeah, as long as you give
Oh my
it a
god!
second
Oh my god!
to cut off.
Why? My entire desk is filled with shit. Why? Come on, get
Okay,
down.
yeah, I
man.
could hear that. I can hear
Yeah,
you
that's
typing
pretty
now.
loud.
Yeah, I definitely
Okay.
heard that.
Macarena.
All right, Burke, are you ready to record on anything yet?
Let me make sure everything's set. Recordings, D&D episodes, D&D EP. This is. I'm just gonna call it Ep 4, Part 1. You'll figure it out past that.
I've got it called User Date Valaclacy. And then I'm gonna call it.
Okay.
001.
I'm ready to go whenever you are, though.
Okay, so fuck. Record the mix down.
Channel down mix.
I'm doing mix down.
Yeah.
On my second recording. Oh god, Tony's
It's
about
called
to
down
message
mix.
us like crazy. Sorry, yeah, down mix.
I told him that I was busy. I won't even. It's we don't have time. But I'll tell you later on what he was saying to me this morning about what he was like. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get on." I'm like, "Okay, cool. I'm not."
Okay, are you ready, Burke?
Yes, sir.
All right, on the count of 3, we're all gonna make noise. 3, 2, 1. Count of 3, we'll clap. 3, 2, 1. Did everybody go off? Everything's blocking my path to see.
I think I saw it. I mean, if you want to do it, I can.
Yeah,
look
we'll do
again.
one more just in case.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Yeah, we're good.
We're
Okay.
good.
Cool. Fuck, I have to have a stopwatch up too. This is getting complicated.
If you need, I can pull one of those up somewhere.
Could you please pull one of those up? I just have so much stuff popped up right now. Yeah, currency converters, NPC generators, other, like, something for me to Google something if we want to try and look something up real quick. All 3 books. The video of you guys. XSplit so I can actually see what's going on. Okay.
A wizard's never late.
So this is the map that's updated. I put it into hexagons. Each one of these hexagons is about a day's travel.
Okay.
So that's why it took you guys about 20 days to go from here to there.
All right, let me know when you want me to start stopwatch.
I don't want blur, I want brush.
Or I'll start it whenever you start.
Yeah, that's what I would just do. Because I pretty much assumed that was the path you guys took. Ish. Because I had you guys kind of coming up here going, do we go north or do we go south?
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
And then you guys went south. And then I had the idea in my head, I don't know why, but the road was right here and then it split. So you guys had to come down here. You guys found the road right around here and then came this way.
Okay.
Deal. Yep.
Okay. All right, so I'm DM Craig. All right. Hello, everybody. My name's DM Craig.
I'm Silver.
I'm Dalhus.
And I'm Lucia.
And welcome back to Valaclacy.
Hey. Be back.
So we'll just do a quick review to make sure we remember what happened. You guys traveled from Veilthorn. You guys got attacked by some kobolds. You guys almost died, 2 of you.
Yeah.
Burke the tank decided not to get hit at all. And
Hey, you know.
so, and then, DPS and healer both
DPS didn't hit a thing. DPS literally didn't hit a thing.
I
Tank-
actually think I did the most damage.
Tank, that's the great part was Tank didn't take damage. DPS didn't do damage. Healer, technically, I don't think didn't heal. And you guys still
Nope, I
won the
never
fight.
got the chance to help.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were going down.
Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons, everyone.
But then you guys ended up getting to Arire, safe and soundish. You guys got some information that there's a group of hill dwarves that are up in the hilly areas to the north of you guys. And then that's where we kind of left off. You guys were trying to get Lucia to go drink with you. She didn't. And
you learned I was broke as shit.
yeah, it came out that our monk doesn't have a ton of money. We did do there's a couple house cleaning things that we did change up a little bit for anybody that's keeping up with this series. I made some adjustments to travel time and some adjustments elsewhere based on fleshing things out just a little bit more. It makes more sense. So instead of it taking about a week some odd for them to travel from Veilthorn to Arire, it ended up taking them about 20 days-ish. It could be a little bit more, could be a little bit less, but we're just going to leave it at about 20 days. So we'll just say 3 weeks for them to travel from there to there. So they got a pretty good deal on food and whatnot based on, if you're wanting to have a modest living on the road, it would probably cost you about, I would say, 10 gold pieces. And then you guys got away with collectively under 10 gold pieces plus a room and board for one night. So we'll make adjustments from here on out. I'm going to try and keep these adjustments as minimal as possible, but there will be time, unfortunately, that I'll go, oh, we messed up. Just like a couple things with Burke's unarmed strikes and stuff that we went over and some other stuff. There will be adjustments because I am not perfect at this quite yet. I'm trying to get there, though.
And
We
that all being
forgive
said, I don't. I'm holding it as a grudge forever. But so we're at our new town. Have we resupplied yet, or are we just are we gonna pick up?
I gave you guys resupply with that money, and I'm not going to go back on that. I would say
We did not equipment shop yet, though.
you
right?
did not do any form of equipment shopping. All you did
That's
was
right.
kind of resupply. I had you guys resupply first with that money. So again, even if it doesn't make sense canonically right here, but I won't go back and say that. Oh, no. I would say you guys probably got yourselves a good chunk of days with it. So the next resupply will be the one that I'll actually kind of pay attention to what you're buying and try and make it where you guys are going to have to plan out what you're wanting to do more.
That's fair.
This next one, as long as you guys don't go across the entire world here, you'll be...
Quick to the mountains for no reason.
if you guys still head to Lucia's hometown, then I'm not going to do any penalties to you for me switching things up on you right in the middle of it.
Gotcha.
So that was it. You guys had some fun. Silver tried to get Dalhis to drink a whole lot more than he wanted to. Luckily, Dalhis rolled decently to not make bad decisions again. So you guys are going to wake up the next morning. Maybe Silver's feeling just a little twingy because he was drinking a little bit last night.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's about should little mini headache, I'm sure.
So, where are you guys at now?
I'm
Who
so-
will? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask who will. Did Lucia wake up before us, or did we wake up before Lucia?
It doesn't matter to me.
Okay, because
I am gonna say that I probably woke up first since I went to sleep while you guys had your shenanigans.
Yeah, and normally the D&D world, it's you sleep for 8 hours and you kind of just wake up.
Gotcha.
I don't have you roll for I didn't sleep well, so I stayed in bed for an extra 2 hours.
yeah, it's not now. Yeah. Well, I was just wondering because I wanted to
for
make sure that we
initiative,
were
who woke
meeting
up
up
first?
right away first thing in the morning and not like Lucia got up at the crack of dawn to go off and do a church adventure without us. Just wanted to make sure.
Well, that depends. Did Lucia go, you know what,
Because-
fuck these guys, I'm going to
well,
this church without them?
And that was the thing.
No,
from-
she's gonna
yeah.
hold Silver to her promise to go with her.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. Okay.
So I guess we slowly wake up and make our way down to the common
See,
room.
Roll the wake up.
See, I picture Lucia kicking in the door, going, "Knock, knock, bitches! It's time to go!" And I'm just, it's Silver just sitting there holding his forehead. Fine. So our mission for the day is to go to the church like you had wanted. So, Lucia, I say you lead on.
We can stop at the equipment shops first.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that.
I'm good.
Well, yeah.
I
Speaking of which,
will go with though.
Speaking of which, Lucia, I want to pull her off to the side a little bit and just mention to her, I kind of got to look at his wallet last night, and the guy has like $12. So we might need to look at this going forward.
What are dollars?
12. Well, dollars is the fancy way in Valethorn of saying gold pieces. So he has 12 gold pieces basically to his name. So we might need to look at this in the future. We might need to start doing odd jobs here and there, to make a few bucks.
I see.
Damn, I was muted during that. I thought I had a decent joke, too.
Oh,
Oh,
well, let's ask the DM here. We're in the town, and we're coming outside of our inn that we were staying at last night. Looking around the town, what type of shops are we seeing?
Comparatively to what the flamboyant dwarf was telling you, part of the retconning that's happening here, this is actually a little bit bigger of a town than before. And so was Valethorn. So you guys' memories just altered. It's like the butterfly effect. All of a sudden, the new memories get like jammed in there. You get a little bit of a headache for a minute there, but then you're good to go.
Oh, that's why I have a headache, not the drinking.
Yes,
Okay.
that's why.
That's why.
So it's a little bit bigger of a town. You're gonna have your the dwarf did say that there was a pretty good leather worker for the area for how big, nothing big like the big cities will have, but like a pretty good leather worker. So you'll be able to get some good leather armors and things like that. That's what you inferred from it. You're gonna have your basic weapon shops, so nothing too crazy and whatnot, but like just your basic weapons that are sharp enough to be able to go through and fight and stuff like that. That's kind of what you figured out based on what you knew about Valethorn, since he said it was very close to Valethorn in terms of size. So if you have any specific questions, just feel free to ask.
Gotcha. So I'm going to turn to the group and ask the question, what do you think, defense or offense first?
I need to buy armor and crossbow bolts.
All right. What about you, Dollhiss?
I'm good.
You're good? Like you don't need anything?
I probably need some food. That's it.
Oh boy. Okay, well, let's start with Lucia. You know what? We'll go look for your crossbow bolts and some armor first. Let's do that. So we're gonna look around for a shop that would potentially be selling that. Definitely not in a high-end district, I'm assuming.
Okay. Feel free if you want to open up to in the bottom right of the player's handbook page. Go to page 149. That'll be in the bottom right corner of the page. For anybody that's got their player's handbook open, that'll you'll be able to go through, and that page and the next page, I think, are what you're going to be looking at here.
You don't happen to know what the PDF number is, do you? Because they don't line up.
150.
Yeah, or yeah, 150,
Yeah, it's
151.
150 and 151.
Yep, there they are. Yep.
So feel free to ask me if they have that item in general. I want to make sure nothing's... I haven't looked through the whole thing, so I don't want it to be like, what? There's a bag of holding for free. So just go ahead and feel free to ask me. I'm assuming like the magic implement, you'll see like arcane focus. Guy's not going to have it. If something's like inherently magical, then you can just assume it's not in there.
Gotcha.
Even in terms of like implements, because like I said, magic in my world is rare at this time. Not
Gotcha.
super rare. Obviously, we've got a sorcerer right here, and there's blood magic in Dallas and whatnot. But it's not like, oh, walking down the street, you're like wizard, sorcerer, warlock. Hey guys, so you're pointing at him as you're walking
Magic
down.
party. Yeah.
No,
yeah.
when you guys run into each other, it's like, oh, hey.
Gotcha.
Depending on if you feel like there's a silver, if there's like some kind of
Connection, you mean?
kinship
There
between
would
these
be.
people.
There would be. Yeah,
then that's
'cause
fine,
Remember, he likes the oddballs. So.
Okay,
Yeah.
so is there anything that you guys are wanting to look for specifically?
I have my. I have my longsword still, so I'm pretty happy with that.
I'm looking for armors, because armors isn't listed in there, is it?
No, that's just weapons.
Okay, that's my fault. I don't know where armors are. Armor is on 146 of the PDF.
146.
And you would be able to get anything in the light armor realm if you wanted to buy anything. I think
Nice.
Burke and I think really Michelle's the only one that can get armor that doesn't take a penalty when she has it on.
Well,
I know with some form of armor you can't wear them, Brian, because you're a sorcerer, right?
unless I have a feat. If I get the medium armor mastered feat, then I could eventually wear medium armor. But right now it's only light.
Okay, so you could wear
Yeah.
leather armor and it not mess you
I
up.
can actually wear everything.
Yeah, that's what I figured. But this guy, unfortunately, doesn't have everything. He is just a simple... I'm assuming all these shops, it's like a big outlet. They're all right in a row. So instead of going to individuals, if you guys want to just...
How many days are we going to be on the road?
You are thinking that there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13... About 2 weeks-ish. 2 weeks-ish.
So you said he would not be carrying the hide?
Where's the hide?
No, it's under
no.
medium. Never mind.
It's under medium. I would give him the hide, though. There's animals in the area, and he is decent at his work. We already got the good recommendation. He would have the hide. He wouldn't have anything that would be like metal or, you know.
Alright, I'm gonna buy some hide.
Okay. It's good. A good 10 gold pieces. We'll go with the cost here.
Question.
What's up?
I, given my blacksmith background and my blacksmith, like whatever I'm going to call it a feat, but you know what I mean?
Yep.
I can't upgrade any of this stuff for people beyond, like I can't turn like a or like a breastplate into a half plate, or anything like that, right? Like,
Right now, no.
I can't. Yeah,
you wouldn't be able to. You wouldn't be able to do it right now.
Okay.
I would say, though, if it was something you worked on crafting and whatnot, like, to me, I would give this the situation where this would be like the side questing in a video game where you started working on, like, the smaller stuff first. You could work your way up to doing that kind of stuff. Okay. Level 1, because in our stuff that we've done so far, you haven't done any type of crafting or blacksmithing.
Correct.
So right now, I just consider you, like, proficient for where you were back in your day.
Unless you count the jail.
Yeah. I would say that you would be level 1 blacksmith in terms of adventuring.
That's fair, and I that's why I had to ask, because like I don't want to, like, I'm not trying to be OP. I just want to know, like.
I mean, you've discussed this, so we kind of know what's. I know what I have planned if you want to start doing this stuff, but it is something that if you're wanting to get better, to maybe eventually get a breastplate into a half plate, you're probably gonna have to put the time in so your skills don't deteriorate.
Just so everybody knows, I do have skills in leatherworking. Just the basics.
Sweet. I say, because I don't work with leather, so knowing that's amazing.
Actually, I didn't know that either. You guys could you guys don't know this yet, but you guys could team up to help craft things faster and cheaper. Because beforehand, when I've looked up any crafting and stuff like that, it was you can have other people help you out, and they would put their time in, and they had a thing. But it didn't make sense to me to have like a masterwork blacksmith and a level 1 rogue with no skills. Like, okay, maybe he can fetch things to make it faster. So like in my head, I kind of changed it up. But like, if there's a leatherwork and a blacksmith, like you guys are both what I'll consider like the level 1 adventurer for both things.
Sure.
I would have it where you guys would be able to kind of like talk, communicate, and as you got better, you guys would be able to work better together making stuff, and you guys could start end up crafting things to where he starts learning the blacksmith side, you start learning the leatherwork side. You guys could start crafting some pretty cool shit.
Fair enough.
And it would be faster, and it would be cheaper.
Yeah, because, you know, I did come from kind of the hunter-gatherer monastery place.
Yeah.
So, oh,
Well, I'd say at this stage, I'd be, because you would have just informed me that I probably wouldn't put all that together, Just
Oh, no.
given
You guys wouldn't know
by
that.
any stretch.
Unless if you guys have talked about being good at leather and black. Obviously, you wouldn't know my game mechanics behind it.
No, but I would have. I mean, they know about my blacksmith background because for obvious reasons, I've used it multiple times now and talked about it. So,
Is there something that says your leatherworking background in here, or is that just like in the book itself?
it's just from my background,
Okay.
and me having a leather worker's kit,
Oh, okay.
because that's
Oh,
where
so-
that's
okay,
what
so
I
that'd be
picked.
in your bag then, right? In your
Yeah,
equipment.
yeah.
gotcha.
The only thing I need is about 10 days of rations. So, do you have that? Storekeeper.
Oh yes. 10 days of rations. You guys are already filled up. Like I said, you guys have already
Oh,
paid
okay.
for
Oh, we
your-
got all. Yeah, that's right. We got all our
You guys
rations
are-
stuff.
yeah, you
This
guys
is
are
all
already-
about armor at this point.
Yeah, this is
so.
just armor and weapons and things like that.
All right, I'm gonna turn to Lucia and basically say, I'd say this guy is not gonna take anything or buy anything. It seems that he might actually need. So we might need to maybe talk about this a little bit and figure this out because he's a big guy, but he still can get hurt pretty bad. Me personally, I'm going to buy the best armor that I can get after my near-death experience. I'm scared to death. I don't want to die again, so I'm going to buy
I want
it.
to die again.
So I'm gonna
I
go
love
ahead
the
and buy-
wording.
It's true though. So I'm going to buy this studded leather, which is the best thing I could buy there, if that's available.
Yeah. Well, we've got studded leather right here. Looks like
It
your
costs me
size, sir.
45 gold, which is like pretty much a huge chunk of my gold. But you know what? It's going to change my.
You won't be as glass cannony.
Well, it'll that, but yeah, you're right. And then it changes my AC from going from where it is now, which is at 11, to a 12 plus Dex modifier, which is a total of 13.
Perfect. So that gets you another couple hits that won't hit you. That's good.
The hide has the same effect without costing a fortune.
I can't wear it though; it's medium
Oh.
armor.
Just kidding.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
believe me. When I get the chance, my feet will be that. I'm gonna let you guys know right now, but yeah, I'm gonna change my gold now.
Lucia is gonna give Dalhis 20 gold.
Are you sure? I'm fine.
She puts it in his claws.
Thank you, Thank you for your kindness.
I'll assume that you guys are keeping up with your money situations and,
I'm
Yes.
changing it now
and all
yeah.
that kind of stuff.
I'm updating.
Can
mine.
you, Bert? Can you wear armors based on the conversation we had earlier, or does it have to be just light armor and you're good?
No armor.
No armor. So for you to keep all of your abilities, you have to have no armor. Okay.
No armor. Yep. That's why I just wear robes.
Lucia grabs her money back.
Nope, still gonna give him the money.
Whoa! Look at that. Silver clutches his spider.
Never seen so much money in my life.
It's actually true. That like doubled his income. Or tripled. Basically tripled.
Pretty
his income.
much. Pretty much.
Okay, Michelle, part of the resupply is you bought your bolts with that as well, because that was what I had in mind. And like I said, I'm not going back on that. So you are stocked with bolts for your crossbow, so you don't have to worry about purchasing those. Is there anything else you guys are I'm sorry, go ahead. Is
Oh, I was just saying, got it.
there anything else you guys were looking at? Any other type of item here on the page? I'm assuming nobody's really buying like an actual weapon.
I no, I would.
But I didn't know if there's any adventuring gear you guys were wanting to see. I'll give you guys will have, especially for the area, you guys will have the ability to get things that are like holy like the holy water and stuff like that. Like,
Holy hand grenade.
that's not magic based. So I just wanted to make sure you guys knew that. That is faith based, and
But as far, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, go ahead. I'm good.
I was just going to ask, as far as armor is concerned, the only thing that's available to us at this point is just like what we are reading here, right? Like just like chest related stuff, basically.
Yeah,
Call it, but
yeah. That's all you're gonna see. You're
that's
just
fine.
gonna-
I just want to
have
make sure.
everything that's in the light armor, the padded, the leather, the studded leather, and the hide are all that he has. You could go over to the blacksmith and probably find a shield if anybody wanted to go get a shield. This basic shield here. I'd say the blacksmith would be able to have a pretty good shield, and Brian, you'd be able to appraise the different shields to see if they're up to your standard.
High enough quality.
Yeah, the guy might be better than you, so you might be like, oh shit, never mind, I'm out. But there's a blacksmith in town, so you would be able to check out. Obviously, if you're getting the weapons, there's a blacksmith. But the blacksmith doesn't do any other types of armors besides that. And since the guy only said, the flamboyant dwarf only talked about the leather guy, then maybe that brought it into it. So you might not want to look into too many other things. But a shield would help out. So if anybody's wanting a shield.
Okay. I don't. Personally.
Okay, we all have bedrolls, right?
Yeah, you guys all bought bedrolls.
Do we need any tents?
Do we not have any tents at all?
In my head, no, you guys didn't have a tent. I don't know if anybody picked up a tent in your inventory.
I didn't.
No, I do not.
So you guys are hanging out outside.
Yeah, why not get a tent? Sure. How much your tents cost?
2 gold pieces, but that's for a 2-person tent. But I figured that's probably good because you
Well,
have 2 people sleeping, 1 person on
Yeah.
watch.
I'm gonna say you guys have a watch. So.
Yep. So
Yeah.
I'll buy a tent and carry it since I'm strong.
What? Your carrying capacity isn't like 4 times everybody else's.
I'm so glad to hear that. He said, knowing that his back was literally 1 pound away from breaking, thanks to the leather armor.
All right, so I got a tent. There you go.
I need to purchase the holy water.
Okay.
And I also need a mirror and just like strips of cloth. I can't just find like the strips of cloth on here though.
Okay. How big are these strips of cloth?
Like, it's like for healing, so it's like forehead sized.
Okay. Is there anything that's healing
Like,
based, or is there anything like that, like some kind of like heal?
It's a component in one of my spells, but like,
why don't you just buy some clothes and cut the strips?
It's possible.
Or because I'm wearing leather armor, I can give her some of my old stuff to rip up into that.
I would say
That'd
that
be
it specifically says tiny strip of white cloth.
all right, I'll say that you went and talked over to some of the guys that are selling cloth, and they're all right, or selling clothes and whatnot. They're all right selling you some of the strips that they're just going to throw away anyway, and they'll give you them for however many you want for 1 copper apiece, because they're just like the raggedy end. So some of them might not be great, so you have to dig through and whatnot. But you're able to find pretty much everything that you need out of it.
The weight will be pretty negligible, right?
Yeah, I'll even give you 0 weight for it.
All right,
I'll
buy
they're that light.
10 of those. And my holy water and a small mirror.
Okay, so the holy water would be 25 gold pieces, and the mirror is... Where's that mirror? I know I just saw it.
I think it's 5.
5. Yep, 5 gold pieces for that. So 30 gold pieces we'll do you for that.
Is there, and this is going to be kind of an odd thing, and I know, like obviously with magic being as rare as it is, this is not something that would be very common. But I'm just curious, would there be something there that would, like in my head, I'm picturing it like a book, like something that Silver could pick up that actually learn more about sorceries, not necessarily to be like more proficient in it. I'm not saying like in the sense of like, oh, it's gonna make his accuracy 100%, but like more of a history, like an understanding thing. Because now that he's kind of having to come face to face with his like sorcery background, he wants to know more about what sorcery is, where it comes from, like basically like think of it like the encyclopedia of
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Can you give me a perception check?
Sure. I can do that. As soon as I pull up, there it is.
What is your perception?
That's a good question.
Is it
pulled up
plus
rolls
dex?
perception? No, it's wisdom. Shit. I mean,
Yep. So plus your wisdom modifier, so D20 minus 2.
Hey guys, remember the time where we played D&D and Brian just rolls like just
What? That doesn't happen.
D20 minus 2. -1.
So you rolled a 1. You rolled a critical failure.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're looking around and you find this like little bookshop, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you see this book that's kind of stashed away a little bit, and on the front, scrawled with one of the letters backwards, it says spell book. And you are like, holy shit, this is it.
Oh no. Oh god. How much is this book that I clearly think is the greatest thing in the world?
The shopkeeper looks at you. After you ask him how much for the book, he goes, 1 gold piece?
I give him the gold. Son of a like.
So
I like how this is the first time I've like my character is actually trying to do good in the world, like as far as like progress as far as like,
This is
like,
awesome.
There it is. There's a gold piece gone, and now I got and in my item inventory I'm writing shitty book.
Shitty book.
And the great thing is when you opened it to look at it just to kind of like see what it was, you saw some like different drawings, and some of the pages were just blank in between in the middle. There's a couple ripped out and whatnot, but you're thinking, hey, if I study this thing, I'll be able to learn some of the background. Which is the best part because it also says spellbook, which is for wizards and your sorcerer.
God dang it. I need to get some wisdom boost just to get rid of the penalty, guys.
Are we done shopping?
I am.
Can we go to church now? It is Sunday morning. I mean, oh. Sorry, that was.
I gotta be honest with you. Like, I know all we've done is just go shopping, but like that little 2 number boost between my armor class being 11 and 13 gives me like all the confidence in the world. Like, it's hard to explain, but like I'm looking at that gust going, I won't die from a gust of wind. All right,
Lucia, will you lead the way?
Yes.
I follow behind nose in the book.
I start walking toward the church that I believe we previously saw.
Yes.
Yeah, what was on the front of that church? Do you remember?
It was like a berry with a stick underneath it or something along those lines, right?
Sure.
Yes.
I can pull out my book and tell you for sure. I gotta remember which.
I just wrote finding church or found church going back in the morning. I don't remember the symbol.
Do you remember the symbol I told you, Michelle?
I'm kind of stupid and forgot.
I thought there was
A
the
blooming
roses?
rose above grain.
Okay, a blooming rose over a grain.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you.
And I was able to discern that it was probably for a goddess of agriculture, but I didn't have a name for it.
Okay.
But yes, I lead the way to that place.
All right.
All right, so you guys, I'll say that you guys are able to find the place without trouble. I won't make you roll perceptions to get there because Brian to get lost.
Oh man.
So is there? Once you guys get there, it's early in the morning, but things look like they're not lively inside, but it's definitely there's somebody in there and there's some movement and whatnot. So you know you're not busting down a door on anybody.
Okay.
All right, Lucia gently knocks on the door.
Okay, so out comes this older man. He's got some robes on, and he pushes open the door. And you can tell he's an older man. He's, especially for a human, he's getting up there. He looks at you and well, that doesn't make sense. I won't use that. My general personality profile says he doesn't believe in gods or the supernatural. We'll ignore that one. I'm not going to use that. So he opens up the door and says, "Hello. Good morning, my children. Can everybody roll me a perception check?"
Sure. I'm sure I'll kill it again. And this is something that I'll have to ask. There, it's rolling. Hey!
So Silver, what did you roll?
I rolled a 16. The rolls really I rolled an 18, but minus the 2, it's 16.
Lucia has an 18.
Okay.
Dull his rolls 11.
Okay, so everybody is able to see when the old man opens up the door that on his left hand he is missing a couple fingers. They look like they were sewed off. Nothing looks necrotic on it. Looks like it was an old injury, but he's missing fingers. And so he greets you, as he did. "Good morning, my children."
Lucia gives him a polite bow and then says, "Good morning. May I please enter and ask you a few questions?"
Why, yes. The Church of Shantae is always available to anybody that is wanting to come in.
I nudged
Lucia
all
follows
his
him in.
and quietly say, "That includes us."
Oh. Do I lose fingers for going in?
No. Shh. You're gonna embarrass Lucia. We do that too much already, man.
Lucia's face turns red.
Oh, I've never been in anything like this before. I'm sorry. I'm from the mountains.
He leads you all in there. He didn't hear you talking. He leads you in, and he brings you down into the main chamber, which is pretty much right off the main entrance there, but he turns back around and, "What are the questions that you have, my children?" And I'm making him sound probably a lot creepier than he is supposed to be. I'm trying to do a soft old man voice without going, trying not to do
Come
that.
here, child.
Before I question him, what do I know about this goddess? Do you know?
Can you give me another one of your religion checks? Whatever it was that you did last time, to see if it rings a bell for you.
Yeah, because before you were like, I recognized it but couldn't quite recall the name.
And while you roll, it gives me a chance to look up more about this god.
But I guess now you know the name.
Yeah.
Lucia has a 17.
Okay. So what you know about this god from the 17 tells you quite a bit. That you know that this is actually a pretty old god. Excuse me. It's a pretty old god. She is the goddess of agriculture, as you had kind of picked up before, but it was confirmed to you that she's the goddess of agriculture. Some of the things, she's very much with like the forest and everything, which makes sense for this area, being that you know the area, Lucia, and how big there's a lot of plant life, a lot of nature and whatnot around. She's a lawful good goddess, so you know that anything that's going on here, no one's going to have ulterior motives. They're going to be very upfront about it, and they're going to be very good. They're usually good people. You have never run into anybody that is a follower of Shantae and it be a any form of trickery. So they're very upfront. The other two just look dumbfounded, like, okay, this is another person. Is that all you were?
I am
Alright,
keeping with my. I'm keeping my hands behind my back, my fingers crossed.
Good sir, what is your name?
My name is Addie Bellens, and I will give you guys the spelling here. That is Addie Bellins.
Oh, at all Latty Bellins.
All right. Addie. She kind of is looking around the church, and she's kind of awed actually. Is looking around and she first asks him if he has any kind of library at this church.
Good question. Yes, my child, we do have a library. It is not very extensive, as we have been getting a downturn in the amount of people that have been here over the years, and some of our books are starting to, well, I can't think of the word for decay for a book, but they're starting to fall apart, basically. And we have a number of them out of circulation to try and find copies of them so that we can either rewrite the books back in there, or we're trying to find replacements for them. But we do have a small library that you would be able to look through if that is what you're wondering.
Lucia looks kind of bewildered at the mention that books can go bad.
Well, not like they just start rotting, but just
yeah, she's just kind of like, wait, what?
People using them, and like somebody tears something out, they're not very careful with it, that kind of stuff. Just overall wear and tear, because this is a very old god, and you can tell from this church, Lucia, that this is an old building. This thing has been around for a long time. It's stood for a long time.
Why do you have less people?
These things, they ebb and flow. At this exact moment, there's just not as many people that are coming through here at this time, and they are finding solace elsewhere. There are many gods, and some people are very fickle with which god they choose to support.
She hides her holy symbol.
Hold on. Did that just go out? Oh, yeah.
It just says /D20.
Okay. I don't know what his normal perception was, and I didn't come up with a DC for it. He does see you start kind of like hiding the symbol, and he says, "Oh no, child, this is not that. There's a plentiful pantheon of gods that we know all do exist. We are not going to God, I'm really bad at coming up with the words. Yeah, we're not going to judge those for their faith when we know that these gods do exist."
She nods and says, "May I see the library?"
Yes, you may. And so he starts motioning for Lucia to follow. What are you two doing?
As I said, at this point, I'm just kind of shrugging and following along for the most part. But at this moment, when we're going back to the library, I would probably I'd like to tap Lucia on the shoulder and try to whisper to her out of earshot of the guy.
Okay.
And say, "What are we even looking for?"
Lucia ignores him.
I'm kind of looking around very skeptically with my hands still clasped behind my back, protecting my fingers.
That took me a minute to why. Oh, that was funny. Okay, so he takes you back. If you're ignoring, sorry guys, if you're going back there, so he leads you back to the library. It looks like at this point there was about, I would say, think about like a 4-foot shelf with, I'll say, 2 different racks of books. So think of like just a standard shelf that you'd see at a library, where maybe it's like 5 feet across, so it's like a 5x4. And there's about 3 or 4 of them. There's 4 of them there, but only one of them has any books on it, and it's kind of sparse at this point. Because this is kind of a medieval thing, so it's not like you're going to have like a grand library in every city.
You're and all set up with a Dewey Decimal System to really help out.
But it is something where, even comparatively to what you have seen, Lucia, this is the fact that they had 4 different shelves, so basically 8 different rows of books at one point, or they thought they were going to need that. You're assuming that they thought they were going to need that, and they weren't just super overzealous. that you're like, oh wow, this used to be a pretty good library, and it's down to about what you're used to seeing whenever you've traveled and what you've heard. You know, there's I'm making up a number here, but there's basically like 20 or 30 books there, and that's like, holy crap, that's still pretty good for a town this size. And he's talking about it like it's a small little library that got dwindled down.
So she kind of looks around at all the shelves, and she puts her hand on the Addie's shoulder and says, "This is wonderful."
Thank you, my child.
Do you mind if we sit here a while and look at these books?
Please go ahead, but be careful with the books. We do not want them, any more of them damaged any more than they are.
Alright, Lucia nods and says, "I'm always careful," and she kind of glares at her companions.
Dalhis burps some acid.
I hold up my book. I hold up my book with a misspelled cover and say, "Are you kidding me? I'm a big time reader."
Oh, this would be a great time for you to sit down and read that thing, Brian. Okay, well, I must go off and attend to some of my duties around the church. If you need anything, please come and try and find me.
I will.
And Addie walks off.
Then I turn to Lucia. Okay, seriously, what are we looking for?
Lucia glares at him. "I told you last night, churches always have knowledge. If we look through these books, we may find some of the history of this town, and we may come across information about where to go next."
I thought we were going to your hometown.
Good point.
We are, but my hometown is not the only thing around here, and there may be other stuff that we want to explore or keep in mind for a future date.
Huh. I mean, where do we even begin? There's so many books here. Like this could take a long time.
Okay, so Lucia, just so I have an idea of what I know what you just told them, but is there any different wording you want to say, you know, out of character, you know, player knowledge of what you're looking for exactly?
She's player knowledge. She's literally looking for any knowledge she gets, even if it's just like, "Oh, we
How to
love this
bake a cake."
goddess." Yeah.
Okay. There are, like I said, there's probably 20, 30-ish books or something like that. Some of them are based on just like your actually roll me a perception check, Michelle, since you're the one, or Lucia, since you're the one actually looking. The other two, it doesn't sound like you guys are really all that much into looking for something specific anyway, so
Well,
actually,
they'd be interested in looking for something specific, but just reading for the sake of reading, that he wouldn't be as into it necessarily.
right, but she didn't really give you too much besides I'm looking for any knowledge.
Well,
so
and
I
that's what I'm
assume-
saying. He wouldn't be that into it, right?
All right, can you guys both give me perception checks as well? And Lucia, what did you roll?
21.
I rolled a 14.
You rolled a
Dalhis
16.
rolls
I rolled a 16, but minus my 2. Yeah, I got a 4.
Okay, so I was just making sure that you two didn't find like a diamond in the rough. I basically gave you guys a 5% chance to be like, holy shit, I found the book that's like how to beat the big bad villain. It wouldn't have been that, but okay. But Michelle's roll is pretty good. So you're able to go through Lucia and look through the books, and you're finding a bunch of good information for what would satiate you. There's some knowledge about the town. The history of this town. There's some knowledge about the gods. I won't tell you all of it
That's
yeah.
fine. Does any of it like stand out as like a anything like super cool or anything like that? Or
Yeah,
is it all pretty standard?
There's one in particular that you feel decently drawn to, and it's called History of the Gods, or some other fancier title than that with a more creative mind. But that's the feeling out of it. It's just it's a history of the gods, and it's actually a pretty thick book. It was one of the ones you saw first, and you kind of looked at it and opened it up, and it looks like there's just a bunch of different gods. There's some gods that you'd never even heard of before. You assume that it's the right information because it's in this lawful good church, but there's some good information.
I turn and look to see if they have anything about Apollo in the book.
You're flipping through, but this book's pretty big. It's going to take you a while to flip through. Because in my mind, you get distracted finding other things.
Gotcha. Yeah, that would totally happen. While she's kind of perusing, she turns to Silver and Dalhis and says, if you want to explore the church, feel free. Otherwise, you can leave me here for a while I do this.
And it looked like Silver was pretty much twiddling his thumbs, looking around, getting kind of bored. I don't know what Dalhis was doing. He was a monk. He could have been meditating for all I know, but
pretty much.
Silver looked like he was on edge.
So Silver pops up and goes, "Hey, are you sure? Because if you don't need us, I had a pretty great idea. Say for the two of us to make a couple extra bucks. And say while
she
you're
nods and says,
reading.
I don't need your help to read.
Awesome.
Will we meet back at the tavern tonight? Well, I'm not saying you have to drink.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Back at the tavern at 5. Sound good?
Possibly.
At least for food.
Yeah, at least for
I would
food.
like
We'll
to
meet for
dine
dinner.
with
We'll
you.
meet for dinner. It's a
Okay.
at this So at this point, Silver turns to Dalhis and says, "I got an idea," and I'd like to just basically go with Dalhis just outside the church, but down the road at a respectable distance, to where we're not like right in front of the church. We're in more of a busy like downtown-esque area.
Oh, thank God! What the document I just opened didn't go up to the stream. Oh, thank goodness.
I follow.
Okay, so you guys are going to. You said you're going to the market. Sorry, I was a little distracted.
Yeah, like yeah, exactly, like a highly traveled strip.
Okay. Yeah. Can you guys give me both perceptions?
I swear, I am going to level up that thing so fast. Like
Dalhis rolls a 9.
I rolled a 4, but it turned out to be a 2.
Well, it's still fine enough. This was not going to be hard to miss. Walking down, there's a group of people surrounding a board right in the main strip. Like you start going downtown, think Agrabah, how there's like carts and stuff, people selling stuff. One of the areas like near a cross section or an intersection, if you want to call it that, there's a board on there, and you see people kind of crowded around it. Silver, you're kind of looking at your awesome spell book as you guys are walking, and so you didn't really necessarily notice it, but Dalhis definitely kind of notices the crowd, and it does pique his interest.
And I pull you over to it.
Okay, now Silver notices it. as Silver gets dragged over, because I don't know what this triangle means.
So what do we? What is?
So we start looking at the board.
Yep. So as you start walking over to the board, you notice there's a group of people in front of it, like I said, and they notice a massive fucking dragon walk in. They kind of all part and back up a little bit because he's just wearing robes. There's a dragon wearing clothes, and it really confuses them. and he just walks up to he walks right up to the board, and they all split basically for you guys. Dalhis doesn't notice a fucking thing because he's used to it, but Silver, you definitely take notice how people kind of back away from him. Okay. And you see at the top of this board, it says something along the lines of "Help Wanted."
I turned to Dalhis. Go. This might be easier than what I had in mind. I was hoping just to get out of there and put on a little street show with my magic, but this could be way better money.
Yes, indeed. What is the reward?
So you see, it's a big board, and you see like a bunch of different papers, for the lack of a better term, stapled onto the board or like tacked onto it.
Sure.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of different ones. Are you wanting to go through them all?
Sure.
Want to read some of them?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's read.
So just going from left to right, and then down, like you're reading a page. You see one of them. It says, "Hey, local chef needs export. Some rare ingredients are coming into town, and we need some help acquiring, getting it outside of town and to protect it from thieves." There's no other information listed besides a point of contact. There's a second one that says the city guard is seeking to hire new guards, and they need someone to help train them. They don't have the resources at this time to train, is what you kind of infer from it. And again, every single one of these has some form of like point of contact for you. There's one that has in big words, "Rat catcher, 1 silver piece for each rat corpse brought in." Another one, "Do you enjoy delicious treats? Sweets that are so wonderful that they seem like Magic? Well, come to Roland's Magically Sweet Treat Shop, and you won't regret it. And that's all that says. There's no other information on that one. Do you have guts, strength, and power? You can test it in this year's annual brawling competition. Face off in furious 1v1 unarmed combat, and fight your way to the top for the title of the Arrier City Champion, and earn the renowned belt of brawling and 500 gold pieces. Priest organizing a bake sale for his church, and he needs your help. And you can, just by looking at it, for some reason, the writing kind of pisses you off, and you wonder about its writer and why he's having a bake sale.
Okay.
Neighborhood representative is decorating for the town festival coming up for the City of Champions tournament.
I vote we either catch rats or I can fight.
There's a couple more. Hold on. I'm getting through these. I took the time to write these out. They're getting out. They're getting set. And the person needs help stringing these banners from the rooftops and whatnot. There's a laborer required to bring stones to the castle. You will get a wagon, and you must provide your own transportation. There may be some hazards, and they will pay in gold. And you can contact Asarena at the Laughing Swagger.
Sorry, can you read that one again?
Yep, laborer required to bring in stones to the castle. You will have a wagon provided, but you must bring your own transportation. It may include some hazards and will pay in gold. Help wanted, sorry. Seasonal farm hands requested to help the local farmer bring in some of the harvest. Serious inquiries only. And the last one, it says, adventurers willing to explore a recently discovered ruins and return any valuable artifacts. No pay until the task is completed successfully. They will pay in gold.
Oh boy. So at this point, I turn to Dalhis and say, anything strike your fancy?
I like fighting. We sparred growing up daily. Or we can catch rats.
While I agree with you that that seems to be the most financially sound method of winning that fighting tournament, and given your size and strength, you probably could. It might draw a little unwanted attention to us. There's a good chance of that. I'm not saying we can't do it. I'm just saying I'm a little nervous about it.
We're so far away. You worry too much, young little one. Little one.
Hey, I said you can't say young one.
I know. I was like, shit.
I got one by like 17 years. But all right. Well, how about this? I got a better idea. Why don't we just take all of the job help wanted things off of the sign and then bring them to the bar with us tonight and have Lucia pick it for us, because she seems to be the smart one of the group.
We could. But what are we going to do in the meantime? I can fight.
Street show?
That didn't go well last time.
No, but I would just be using prestidigitation. I would just it's pretty simple magic. So, and it's non-damaging or flammable. So there's really no
I could fight, and you could bet all your shiny gold on me.
Like in a street brawl?
No.
You're
in the tournament.
Oh, in the tournament. So you're saying that we should gamble and use you as our ringer?
Maybe.
You know what? I like the way you think, but I'm telling you, if we do something like this again, Lucia's gonna have our asses. I don't know. She scares me.
One fight.
She scares me, man. Are you kidding me?
Just one fight.
When is this tournament of champions?
It is 2 days from now.
2 days from now.
Okay.
All right. We have time. It's not this afternoon. Is there anything on this board that we could do today before 5 o'clock?
The only thing that you see on the board that looked like it was pretty open-ended was the rat catcher.
Then, in that case,
to the sewers.
You did say rat catcher. It was one of your options.
Yeah, but I'm like picturing this huge ass dragonborn like chasing these rats in the street. Little shit.
In that case, I turn to him and go, I've done worse things for a buck. All right, let's go hunt.
I want to hear that story.
So at that point, I would still like to grab absolutely everything off the board and strip the board clean, so no one has a chance to do any of the other jobs.
Okay, can you roll me a d20?
Sure.
I'm gonna laugh so hard if you fail this.
14.
Okay, so you're able to go through and hold on.
I'm not exactly able to take a picture of it with my iPhone, so I figured.
So you're able to go through, and then as you're kind of grabbing them off real quick, there's two different guys. They're like, "Hey!"
And then I'll turn to them and go, "Hey!" See how that sounds? It's awfully rude. Don't yell.
Yeah, and so they sufficiently like, "Okay, well, I'm good."
I didn't even have to do my, and I have a huge bonus to intimidation, so I'm glad I didn't have to use that.
Yeah. Okay. So you take all the boards, and people are kind of looking. Some people didn't notice you. They were like talking to their friends, kind of like you were, about maybe joining in to get some of these, some of this money and whatnot. And they didn't notice, but there was the two guys that did notice. You kind of backed them down, and they're like, "Oh shit!" And so you walk off with the boards, a now empty job board.
I also like the fact that, like, my guy goes and grabs it all. Meanwhile, there's a scary-ass dragon standing right behind him.
That's why there wasn't as many people that said, "Hey."
Oh,
I took that into a effect that people saw you two talking loudly and animatedly about what you wanted to do. And then I rolled to see how many people, the ones that didn't shit themselves over the idea of a dragon, that were like, "The hell's going on? What are you doing?"
I just, for some reason, it's really humorous to me that the big ass dragon is like the heart and soul versus like like what looks like should be like, oh, he's a fat head, guy. And he's like an asshole. Oh, I love it. Okay, so I guess we'd like to first off, what is Lucia doing during this time?
Yeah, let's go back to Lucia.
Yeah,
let's
I don't
see.
want her to.
If you're going through this book, right? You're basically going through the history of the gods book.
Yes.
Okay. So you're going through and you're finding a whole bunch of information, but oddly enough, there's nothing on Apollo in this entire book. And that confuses you. Because you know this is a god that you've worshipped your whole life growing up, and there's nothing on the god of Apollo in there. And it kind of mystifies you, and you don't understand. It's I wouldn't say there's like a personal attack type feeling, but it's almost like there's not self-doubt. What's a step lower than self-doubt? But it's right around there where you go, huh? And it's confusing to you.
All right, she carefully puts all the books back and goes to find Addie.
Okay. You find Addie, I don't know, jerking off in the center of the room or something. I don't know. He's out there. He's brooming like a corner. He's just sitting there sweeping.
Not brooming.
You heard me.
He's brooming. He's brooming.
I said grooming. I said he was grooming everybody.
He's a witch.
He's a witch. I said grooming. Yeah, he's sorry, this is what happens when I try and think fast. You know how I am with proper nouns. When I'm trying to come up with creative things too, this goes bad. Yeah, so he's sweeping in the corner with a broom, so we'll call it brooming. In one of the rooms, Lucia. Mm-hmm. He doesn't hear you come up.
All right. She kind of just gently taps his shoulder.
He doesn't shit himself from being scared. So he turns. Oh yes. Did you ever tell him your name?
No, I did not.
Oh yes, my child. Because if he said Lucia, you'd be like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Demon.
She asks him to sit with her a minute.
Of course, I have a few minutes to spare, but yes, we can sit.
All right. So she just looks at him and asks what he thinks of Apollo.
He kind of looks at you, sort of confused. This Apollo, who is this Apollo?
She shows him the holy symbol that she has and says, my patron god.
he looks at the symbol, very not confused, but he's scrutinizing the symbol, and he still pops back, going, "I know the pantheon of gods is big, and things change over long times, but I do not know anybody that goes by the faith of Apollo."
Alright, she just kind of nods and says thank you. And
Have you checked the history of the gods book that we have on hand?
I did, and I did not see anything there either.
He gets a confused look on his face, because he can tell that you're being truthful. You're not making this up, and so he's very. His interest is piqued because he knows that you're worshiping somebody that he doesn't know about, and he's read through that history of the gods book, but he's old. He thinks that maybe he missed it. He doesn't think himself, all knowing, so he's confused. But he lets you continue. Sorry.
So we're just two very confused people here.
Yeah. Neither both. You're confused that he doesn't know about it, and he's confused that he doesn't know about it because he holds himself into a high standard of knowing a decent amount about the gods. Not everything. He doesn't know everything about everything, especially the darker gods. He just knows that they're bad, but I say darker, but the evil gods. But he's confused. He can tell that you've got a good heart, though, so he's not concerned that you're like a chaotic evils worshiping.
All right, so she just kind of tries to quickly sum up what she knows,
Okay.
talking about how he's the god of the sun and light and healing. And she just kind of shares like the basics.
He takes it all in and he takes the information in and slowly nods his head, and the only thing he can come up with, he goes, "Well, this sounds like a very noble god, and I wish you all the luck in the world, the prayers to the gods for who you're worshiping, because he sounds like a righteous and just god. But I do have to apologize. I do have a meeting that I need to attend to. Can I show you out?"
She asks if she can just linger in the main room for a moment, and then she'll leave.
He agrees, and he says he'll be in the back, but he does have a meeting coming in not too long. So, and he would like to have private conversation with them, or however he says that
In a nice
way that's not some creative asshole that's jacked up on coffee right now trying to figure out a way of saying it.
Yeah, she's literally just gonna go find like flour and just kind of bring it to them as thanks for letting her look through their library.
Okay.
And then she'll leave.
Okay. All right. Well, if there's is there anything else you guys are wanting to talk about? Because we're pretty much up at our time for today.
I'm just ready to kill some rats.
All right. Well, that's all we've got for this episode. We'll see you guys next week. Let me pull up Mumble.
We need to clap.
Yep, I know. I was just pulling up Mumble so I could have everything up. So everybody, let's get ready to clap in 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's make noise. Blah, 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 blah. 3, 2, 1. Okay, cool. All right, I'm going to actually use the bathroom real quick. And then
I'll refill my coffee. I'll be right back.
Yep, anybody wants to take a couple minutes here to do anything, feel free. Then we'll jump right back into it.
Yep.
Oh, did you see that? I watched when Travis got here. We watched it. He had a few punches in, but Mayweather's just so fast and hits hard. Yeah, I mean, on the MMA, you know, they start up boxing and sparring, but like it's completely different. Yeah, I mean, you couldn't grapple. You know, you can't punch in the back of the head. So it was interesting watching the fight and him, like his reactions and going at the guy. So it you know, I mean, towards 6 rounds in, it was tied. Yeah, looking like a botching match, and then I think Mayweather won more than McGregor, and then McGregor just got tired, couldn't keep up. You could tell him that he survived like the 9th round, and he was just like, ugh. And then like he was like he ended on the 10th round. Didn't get knocked out, but he was tired. He would come out after each rest like, "Yep, let's go."
Well, he lost via technical knockout.
Yeah, TKO.
So it kind of was a knockout.
Yeah, kinda.
First Mayweather knockout in quite a while.
Oh, true. Yeah, did you hear kind of what Mayweather said to him at the end?
I was trying to listen, but like Mike and I'll say it this way. Mike kept talking to where I was like, hey, quiet, I'm trying to hear.
The only thing I heard was like, dude, you did a good job for not being a boxer.
Yeah, like it did sound to me. That was something Mike and I were talking about. Like that fight right there had more sportsmanship than I've seen in a long time.
Oh yeah, I know.
At the end of it, they're both like, oh, fucking smiling at each other and
they were like smiling at each other in the fight.
Match. Yeah,
yeah, like they were just like, this is fun. You're like, we're making a shit ton of money doing this. Like, I mean, it was just fun, you know, because like all the other shit like beforehand, you know, was all hype and build up between the two. They're like, they have no animosity toward each other. It's just all. Yes, they all have massive fucking egos. Oh, by the way, I don't know if anyone cares, but Dishonored 2 is on sale for PC for like $13.
Oh, that's pretty cheap.
I'm thinking about buying it for that cheap. Even though I didn't even finish the first one.
I didn't finish the first one either. I started doing the ghosting thing, and then
I
was 3 levels in where I was a complete ghost, and then randomly it was like they found a body. I was like, who?
Yeah,
I didn't do anything.
Here,
what the hell? And then I just stopped playing because I was so mad that I couldn't figure out how they found this body. I could not honestly figure out which body it was.
Yep.
It's probably the one that hit the floor.
Well.
All right.
Give me 1 second.
Lucia leveled up by reading a book. Hi, pups. No.
We didn't just level up, right? No.
No, I was
like, what are you talking about? Like,
I
was like, huh? For what?
For reading a book.
It's in a book.
Yeah, I am not the smartest man.
Sorry, I forgot to take my meds this morning.
Kind of.
Okay. You guys ready to
Yes,
start
sir.
recording again?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yep, I'm ready. I'm just eating trail mix, so I had myself muted.
Part 2. All right. Let's all make some noise. Blah, blah, blah. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, let's do a clap. 3, 2, 1. All right.
Finishing my mouthful trail mix real quick.
All right. Once you do that, we'll do the intro, and then I'll let you take another bite.
I don't need another bite. I'll just be good after this.
I said
take another bite.
Good.
All right. Let me open this bag. Burke, do you have the timer ready?
Yes, sir.
Hello, everybody. My name's DM Craig.
I'm Silver.
I'm Dalhis.
And I'm Lucia.
And welcome back to Vala Clacy.
I'm
So-
glad to be back.
So last time you guys got to Arrier, you did a little bit of shopping in the morning. You guys went to the church of Shantae, and Lucia stayed and read some books about the gods. And then once you two got bored, Silver and Dalhis, you guys went over to the job board to try and see if you could earn some gold in the meantime, see if there's anything you could do. And you found the job board. You guys stole all of the job board postings right off the fucking board and walked away with them in plain sight. And then Lucia got some interesting conversation with with Addie, we'll call the leader of that particular section of church, that building. I don't know if there's preacher, priest, or I'll say priest. Priest sounds good.
Practitioner, whatever.
Whatever. I'll say priest because I like it. The priest of Shantae, Addie, and Lucia had a conversation about how they were a little off on their on what they had heard of Apollo. Lucia follows Apollo, and Addie, being a practitioner of a lot of religious arts and knowing everything about him, or a decent amount, had never heard of Apollo. So that was a little bit of an interesting conversation. And then you guys were meeting back at 5 for a little bit of drinks. Or, excuse me, dinner. Dinner.
We said,
It was said as dinner.
It,
Regardless of what it's going to be, it was called dinner.
yep.
All right. So, was there anything you guys were going to try and accomplish before you guys met back up?
If there was time to accomplish anything beforehand, I was going to say we could try to do it, but I didn't know if there was.
Yeah,
Time.
what's our timing? I would go rat hunting if there was time.
In my head, you guys can let me know how you feel about it, if you guys want to meet up and stuff before. In my head, you guys got bored about, I don't know, 30 to 45 minutes into you guys looking at the books. Once Brian was really getting confused by the triangles in his awesome spell book with the S backwards. You guys kind of got bored and headed out. So, and Michelle in my head really went over the book pretty thoroughly. So Lucia, excuse me. She probably went through and took full advantage of reading for a few hours. And I would say if that was the plan the whole time, was right before 5 is when you guys would all meet back up. Depending on what Lucia was saying she was doing, if you wanted to tell me how long she spent reading over it, how in depth it was, and we can talk that out. I would say I would still say that you two, Silver and Dalhis, have, I would say 3 to 5 hours. I got an idea. Brian, roll me a D5.
Yeah, I was gonna say that she probably, with his meeting and stuff, she was probably leaving the church about 1.
About 1. Okay. So if you guys went over there, I'll just say you guys went over there at like 9 a.m. just to make something
I was
up.
thinking like 8 or 9 a.m.
So you guys got there. We'll say you guys got there at about 9:30. You two got bored about 10 and fucking left. So that gives you guys, you guys think you have till 5. That was the
Right.
the predisposed. So give me a, Brian, give me a D3 plus 2.
D3 plus 2. Here we go.
D3 plus 2.
Helps if I have the. All right. I roll a 5.
Do hashtag D3 plus 2.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, is that what you did?
I thought I did. But
Oh.
I'll roll out
I-
D3 plus 2.
Okay, yeah. So I'll give you the 5. So you guys believe you have 5 hours right now to kill. So it's about noon. You've got 5 hours to kill. You can say that you need, the last half hour to get to the tavern beforehand. But hey, it's noon. We're meeting at 5. That was the last thing you guys knew about.
Rat hunting we will go. Rat hunting we will go.
I can see how happy this is making Dalhis. So even though the rat hunting was not exactly high on my list on the available job board, I go along with it.
Okay.
To the sewers. I'm guessing to the sewers.
No,
'Cause
you were meeting up with the board. Said that you were meeting.
Okay,
with,
sorry.
Gunzadel Bamwang.
Gunzadel Bam.
If you guys want the spelling, it's up in the rolls a little bit up.
Okay.
You
Okay.
see where
Yep.
the name up there. Ignore everything else past that. Anything that says magic in there, just ignore.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, he is the local proprietor of a. He's one of the not city guard, but he works in the city government, and you're meeting at his like little city government office.
Okay.
So you just saw the silver, hey, come kill rats for a silver piece, a corpse. And so you need to go talk to Gunzadel Bamwang. I'm such a child. So I'm assuming you guys go up, knock on the door, or you just walk right
Knock
in?
on the door. I'd say, "Hi, we're here about the rats."
Come in.
We enter.
Hello, sir.
You're here about the rats.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we saw your posting. on the-
Okay, so what you're gonna do if you're wanting to get some of the rats, you're gonna walk down, and he gives you directions. You're gonna go into this sewer, and there's just a shit ton of rats. Every corpse you bring back will be, and it has to be combined one corpse. If you split one in half and bring me back two of them, I'm gonna combine them regardless of how many rats it actually was. I need the full corpse to give you the money for it. So gives you the directions. Go down there and kill some rats. See you guys later.
Do you have a bag for us?
No, drag them.
Drag them. How big are these rats? Silver's genuinely concerned by the size of the rats.
They're rat sized. Get out of my face. If you want the money, you better leave now.
Can you eat them? Okay, goodbye.
He hears the line. He looks at you like, the fuck? And he just waves you off.
Silver does a double take and just stares mouth agape at Dalhis. So
To the sewers.
while we
Silver.
are following those directions, Silver turns to Dalhis. Are you sure we want to do this one? This didn't sound didn't sound really great.
Yes.
I mean, he said drag the corpses, and that sounds bigger than a normal rat, man. And if they're like, this is getting sketchy.
We'll be fine. Just stand behind me.
Okay, I mean, all right. So we are gonna go ahead and go to that destination.
Yes.
All right. Let me pull this guy up.
This is a nightmare.
This is my nightmare.
While you're doing that,
Yep, go ahead.
Lucia probably when she left the church, she's just gonna look for like, I don't know, just a nice sunny park or something to sit in and just kind of pray
Okay.
and think and just people watch.
Well, we're headed toward a sewer. Oh,
For
man.
possible rats of unusual size.
Yes. Rats of unusual size? I don't believe in them.
All right. So you guys come up to a sewer. You guys are at what I'll just call, and for the most part, Burke, I know you're going to be one of the ones that like recognizes this. Michelle might do it as well. Brian, I don't know if you would. If I say north, south, east, west for these things, north up, south down, obviously east, west. Don't take that as implicit, like that's the proper way over the entire
cardinal
world.
direction. Yeah.
So just whatever way makes it where it makes sense in your head of how these buildings and things underneath buildings and stuff layout works. Just go with it, Burke. Because I know you'll be like, no, if I was facing south on this, that means this. Just go with it.
Roger.
I'm trying to make this easy for me to describe.
Dalhis thinks north is always up. He's not the smartest.
So okay, yep, of course. Let's lock up on me here. Perfect. All right, so you guys are here at the south entrance. God, it's literally locking up on me. You guys are here in the south entrance here.
Okay.
So you guys kind of creak open the door and you look in, and it's pretty dark and dingy. Which one of you have dark vision or low light vision?
I do.
You have low light or dark?
My character sheet says dark, but I thought that half elves only got low light. Michelle, correct me if I'm wrong. Do I have dark vision or low light vision?
We have dark vision for
we
up
do.
to 60 feet.
Okay,
Okay.
cool. I guess I do have dark vision.
I light a torch.
Now I can see very well.
Now you guys can see pretty well. Okay.
I will use one of my torches. Let me. I look and I look for any possible, I guess, lanterns or what on the side of the sewer wall, if there are any. Let's see here. Torches. I now have 9 torches.
Silver turns to Dalhis. After you, my friend.
Okay, I may have solved my problem. I'm not sure though.
Okay.
Okay. So you guys light your torch. And
Do
you
I
guys
see any? Do I see any like sconces?
Oh, I also want to make sure I mention this. I definitely want to have my sword out at this moment.
I assumed
In
you
my
guys would
right hand.
have you guys would have weapons of any kind.
Yeah, I probably have a torch in one
Alright.
hand, torch in left, kama in right.
Yeah. We'll say it's a 3 wide, it's a 15-foot wide, like massive gate to get in here.
Okay.
So you guys creak it open and you walk in.
Okay.
Okay. So you're looking around and you're trying to see where these rats are. And when he was giving you directions, he said you were going to need to go obviously a little bit further into the actual sewer before you ran into anything. And you're like, holy shit, this is a pretty big sewer.
Mm-hmm.
As you're going through, for any of those characters that didn't realize how big sewers might be, you're looking at this. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is almost 100-foot wide sewer at the base of it.
It's a big door.
But then as you get deeper and deeper, you're noticing it's kind of shrinking on you down to about 25 feet, right? Mm-hmm. So you guys are going through this. You guys are looping around. You're doing some of the directional things that old Grumpy McGrump Pants was telling you to do. And you kind of come up to an area where things got really dark. So this is when it would have come into effect, dark vision and light vision. But luckily, Dalhis has the torch. And you come up to a spot that is right about... Oops, I said it was getting smaller. You come up to a spot, it's right about this way. And that's when you see your first rat. You heard the squeaking a little bit, some fluttering. You guys are walking around. It's definitely a sewer, so it's kind of watery, and there's some solid objects that you guys are trying not to think about as you're walking that are kind of floating and whatnot, and everything's kind of flowing. Really slow flow, but there's a flow going with everything. Out to one end, and you see a rat. Now, how many of you have had, of you two, which one of you guys have had any experience with rats?
My character would not have had any by choice, especially. So no, probably not.
Probably not city rats, like just rats in our fields.
Okay, so you just got like the standard field
Yeah.
rat.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a little bit bigger than your field rat that you saw.
Holy shit, that's a big rat.
It is probably double to triple the size. And Dalhis, can you do can you give me an intelligence roll?
Is this like, if I were to describe it as the size of like a small dog, would that be appropriate? Or are we talking like an actual like for size wise? I'm trying to get a mental image of like the size of this rat.
All his rolls a 3.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sorry, a 10. Sorry.
Yeah, I gotcha. I wanted to see what that roll was before I went too far into it. It is Dalhis. You gained no knowledge from this.
Okay.
It is not the size of a. I would say this is probably like somewhere between a 20 and 30 pound rat. It's a big rat. It's a small dog. It looks a lot thicker, so it's not like an 8-pound dog that's light
yeah.
and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's a pretty dense looking rat. Actually, give me both perception rolls.
Okay.
Brian's amazing perception roll.
Always.
All his rolls a 14.
So the roll's a 14.
Okay, so you I like how it's a 16 before.
Well, it's a 16. Yeah, -2.
Just the -2 always makes me giggle. So
I need to
yeah,
get
you
rid of
definitely
that.
see that it's a thicker. Think of I would say what's our buddy's dog? Not Judah, the other one, the one that's
Phoebe?
smaller. Phoebe. There you go.
It's that dog right there.
I would I would say it's about maybe cut down maybe a fourth of that. So you're thinking roughly around that. It's bigger, but it's not like okay. So player knowledge, not character knowledge. It's not a dire rat. The thing's not like 7 foot tall type of thing.
Right.
But it's a big fucking rat.
Got it.
I'm thinking like the Dark Souls rats. The small ones, maybe.
Yeah, I would say maybe
Or maybe the Skyrim rats that killed you all the time.
I would say 2/3 of like because those would be dire rats in my head. So I'd say
Okay.
maybe like 2/3 that size,
Okay.
Gotcha.
or
Okay.
like take away 1/3 of that size. So that's why
Yeah.
you know a little bit smaller,
Yeah.
a little bit smaller than your dog over there, but still. When you looked at it, you're like, "That's a heavy fucking rat for how small it is, or for how the size ratio." You're like, "That's a thick rat."
It's well worth the
And you-
silver piece.
You see it look up at you.
How far away are we from it?
Let's do this. Let me zoom in here and get this kind of ready.
Can I look around while I see it? Can I look around for some place to stick my torch and or light something else?
Yeah, give me a perception check on that. So Dalhis, I'll make you kind of like the yellowy gold because you're a copper dragon, right?
Dalhis rolls a 20. 19 plus 1.
Okay.
Not a nat 20.
And
Still-
Brian, you're green.
Nice.
And then I'll make the rat purple. No, I consider Lucia purple. She's got purple hair, doesn't she?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that's why I consider it purple. So you see the rat like over here. So it's 1, 2, 3. It's about 20 feet from you. Oh shit.
Okay.
Dalhis did see a little notch that he could put the torch in.
And so
Based on the way it holds, it looks like they are all over the place for you to put those notches in. Every 20 or so feet or something like that, you'll see you notice there's little notches.
Okay.
Thank God you rolled a 19 on that.
I'll put my torch in as probably one of my first actions.
Okay.
I'll walk over to the wall and put it in. Am I green or yellow? Sorry, I forgot.
You're copper, so you're yellow.
Okay, I'm yellow.
I try to get copper. You can't see the little. I've got the smallest fucking color wheel possible
Oh,
over on the
gotcha.
side, so I'm like trying to get the colors to be decent. But yeah. So
Okay.
you have a surprise round right now. If you want to try and attack this rat before it.
I'm just
fully-
going to hurl a fireball at it and try to burn this thing before it even gets a chance to move.
Okay. Can you roll me an intelligence check first?
Dang intelligence. Always intelligence that screws me. Yes. Give me 1 second. I gotta see. Oh no, intelligence. I'm okay on intelligence. Yes, no penalties. It's wisdom is what screws me. All right. 15. Silver rolls a 15.
So as you're thinking about putting this fireball into this rat's face, you realize you're in a sewer where there's a lot of methane that's kind of flammable.
Okay, so I thought of that, but because he had the torch going, I assumed that I
Good
was going
point.
to be okay.
Good point, but the magic, you know, is the magic. It's
It'll ignite it then.
you're going through and you're hitting, and it's a bigger
You're
than
hitting
this.
on the ground.
The small flame that he has isn't as
Potent.
isn't as potent. So
Then I rethink it and decide to use a ray of frost instead.
okay. All right, so go ahead and do the attack roll on that, whatever your attack roll is.
Yes. Just the attack, just the the damage roll, or the,
No, just
like,
attack to see if you hit, because it is
so
a
it's a standard D20 for this, then, right?
D20 plus proficiency plus your charisma modifier.
So it'd be D20 plus 2 because of my spell proficiency, right? And then
Yep.
plus 3 because of my charisma modifier.
Yeah, so plus 5 overall.
Yeah, well, I can write it out though as hashtag D20 plus 2 plus 3.
Just
right?
do plus
that
5.
works.
I think
It's plus 5 total, so it's just
All right,
D20 plus 5.
I'll just do that.
D20 plus 5. Or you can do plus 2 plus 3 if you want to do it that way. It doesn't matter.
it will work that way.
Yeah.
I didn't know if
Yeah.
rolls would take that.
Wow. D20 plus 5.
We've had good rolls all
Comes
night,
out to
and combat
9.
fucked.
All right, so for the surprise round, Burke went over and put the. So I'll give you a move action and I'll say a move action and your bonus action were putting the, or a move action was putting the thing up, and just like a side action, I can't think of what the other one is called. It was getting over to the side and then putting the thing over here, the torch.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have something that you want to throw, you'd have that ability inside the surprise round still.
I will. Let's see here. Technically, so would the placing the torch be like a major action, like an attack action? So
No,
I couldn't attack.
No, I will allow you, if you want to throw something at the rat, that's all you're going to be able to do right now.
Oh,
You would not be able to walk over to him. Well, I guess if you wanted to, I'll let you have another move action, but you won't be able to attack at the end of it.
Okay, that's fine. I couldn't take my bonus action of just like punching it, kicking it.
No, you took
Okay.
up all of your actions moving that stuff
Fair
over.
enough.
So I'll give you
Okay.
either you can throw some shit or you can run right next to him.
I will. Yeah. Nope, I'm good. I'll just run. Meh. Nope, I'm good. I'm gonna stay there. I'm just gonna put the torch
Perfect.
kind of in the wall.
Okay, and could you guys roll me an initiative?
Where's my initiative? For the top, I know. Oh, it just says 1 there with it. So that means
Dalhis
I get
rolls.
plus 1 to that,
Dalhis rolls 14.
I believe. Right?
Yeah, it's
Yes,
whatever your
D20
initiative.
plus 1.
7.
Okay. Dalhis,
hate
you can
combat.
go.
I take my obviously the torches in the wall, so my left hand's free. Make the jump / move over to the rat and attack with my right hand, followed by a kind of a pounding. I'm going to go
where are
to
you
the
at?
to the right of the rat.
Right here.
Yep. So there's still a lane open. So I'll do that, and
Good
then
thinking.
yep, make a slashing movement down with my right hand, followed up with kind of a pounding motion with my left hand.
Okay, so is that going to be your Kama plus bonus?
Yeah, plus bonus. Yeah.
Okay, so let's roll for the Kama first.
Yep. Wrong, but plus. So that's am I correct? That's plus strength
Plus proficiency.
plus proficiency.
So it's a plus 2 plus your strength modifier for the Kama.
So fuck me.
So you swing and you miss with your Kama as the
we
rat.
are the worst.
As the rat is able to dance around your movement, but you do have a bonus action.
And that's straight D20 if I recall, right?
D20 plus, I'll give you proficiency. So plus 2 since you are a monk.
Okay. Okay. Doll has
no,
a 20.
I would have given you the whole plus 3 as well, plus your strength modifier, since it is melee's a strength based. So that one, you miss with the Kama, but as he jumps, you punch this rat right in his rat face. And what's your damage? What is it? Don't roll it yet. Just what is the damage roll for you?
It's 1 plus my strength, so it's 5.
So okay, so it's D. Oh, it's just 1 plus 5 regardless.
It's 1 plus my 1 plus my strength modifier. So
So no matter what, you're doing 6 damage. Then is that what you're trying to say?
I roll a D. I think is that what it is? Sorry.
Well, I know there's going to be some form of damage roll. I don't think it's just going to be set damage for a bonus action or for an unarmed strike.
That would be pretty special if it was.
That was.
I was gonna say make this man. I was like, just get in there, punch everything.
melee. So when you do an unarmed strike, you fight.
I thought I saw somebody had a D4 was the unarmed strike. Roll a D4 for normal damage.
Okay.
So it'll be D4 plus your what is it?
Plus-
D4 plus strength modifier.
Plus my strength. Yeah.
Oh no, the bonus action doesn't have any additions. It's just D4. Remember?
All right. So I'll do 1 damage.
Okay. The rat gets its rat face punched, and it kind of not stumbles back, but it's definitely stunned, and it's looking pretty fucking ragged. But it turns to Dalhis.
Damn, rat's faster than me.
Oh no, you go first next, Brian. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for saying that.
Oh, okay. I'm just you know what I'm doing. I'm Ray of Frosting this thing, and I'm going
right.
until I hit
Let's do it.
unbelievable.
Natural 1. Natural 1.
Plus my 5 gives me a 6, but literally
But it is a critical
it's a
fail.
one. It's a crit
critical
fail.
fail.
It's a crit
critical fail.
What is up with combat?
You are literally the worst.
How am I I'm like an offensive juggernaut that is never hit? Like, this game. I just, It's okay. It's okay.
Okay. So,
Unbelievable.
what I'm going to do for this, Brian, you have a special circumstance for your failures on magic that I have
no.
implemented for you and you
Oh
alone.
no. It's gonna happen a lot.
So, what you need to do for me now is you are going to roll a d20 with no modifiers.
Okay. 4.
Okay. Okay. So, let us go back to my book here so I can pull up the thing that I didn't think I was actually going to need today.
Oh no.
And
God
can you roll a D100?
Fucking rat.
A D100 for me, Brian.
This is me?
Yeah. Silver roll
D100.
a D100.
65.
65. So.
I don't.
So as you're sitting there, you're conjuring up your ray of frost, and you go through and you fire this thing. Something backfires when you're doing this. And this does not go the way you want. And all of a sudden, you go through and instead of frost coming out, you send out lightning from your fingers. And you absolutely roast this rat into oblivion. I'm talking that the thing completely just goes poof, and basically explodes. So now you have no corpse either.
Oh.
But you murdered the shit out of that rat.
What did you do, you fool? Now we have no. Why? Why? Why did you do this?
I turn to him and go, I don't know what the hell just happened. You're lucky I didn't kill you. I'm so sorry.
You could have. Let's be more careful, please. Please.
I love this chart I have for you now,
Let's-
Brian.
Let's continue on.
I
I'm
don't
gonna go.
know, man. This is getting sketchy down here.
Okay, Lucia, is there anything you're wanting to do? Because they've gone through and they've been not fighting, but they've been doing their thing for a chunk of time. Let's say about 45 minutes for them to walk there, get in there, and Brian to roast this rat with lightning that he doesn't have as an actual spell.
So we're looking at what, like 2 in the afternoon?
Yeah, we'll just say 2 in the afternoon. That's good enough for me.
No, she's gonna continue. If it's only 2, she's still gonna kind of just be sitting, people watching, thinking, wondering. She's got a lot on her mind right now.
Okay.
Because
All right.
we had the dreams before, I think,
Yep.
and then her conversation in the church. So she's really kind of just lost in her own mind right now.
Okay. Well, at any point, if something pops up that she's wanting to do, let me know.
I will.
And we'll go from there. But I'm going to have these guys rat hunt until either time basically runs up or they decide they need to get the hell out of there because
Or
Silver,
they actually get a rat.
because Silver fucked something up or whatever. Okay,
Thanks.
so that fast forwarded over there to her for a little bit. We kind of saw her talking and praying and whatnot. Can both of you give me a perception check real quick? The two of you.
I roll a 2.
Okay.
All his rolls a 14.
So after that fight, you guys walked a little bit further, and you think you're getting a little bit closer into the range of where you probably need to be on this. Yep. So you guys are further down. Ignore that I didn't move anything, but you guys are further down in the sewer, and you hear a bunch of little scriggling and different noises. And Silver doesn't really notice it, but Dalhis does. And he sees 3 different rats. Here, they have not noticed, so you guys can take, and I will just let it be known that Dalhis pointed out
Mm-hmm.
where
Yeah,
these
I
rats are.
point the rats out and put the torch yet again in the wall.
I will say that. I will say you did all of that, and now you can have your surprise round if you want.
Can
Actually,
okay.
hold on. I got an idea. Okay, go ahead.
Can we are we where we're supposed to be?
Yeah, we'll say that Silver got behind because he started looking at his book again,
Okay.
and he wasn't really looking all that well. That's why his
Fair
perception
enough.
was so shitty.
Are we able to communicate without the rats hearing us, or no?
No, not without hearing. They would definitely hear you, but he, gave like a little like
Eyes
symbol,
there.
yeah, and he pointed out, and he even somehow he non-verbally communicated exactly where these fucks are, even though they're outside your range of vision.
Okay.
That's how good his communication was. You don't even have to roll, Burke.
Okay.
So you both will get one surprise round.
Okay.
Beforehand. So
Huh.
I will run up and attack the rat on the closest to the wall, and I'll be kind of on the bottom side of him.
Right here?
Yep.
okay. So you
And
sprint up.
Yep. And I will attack with that's my Kama and fist, kind of similar to last time.
Okay.
Dalhis rolls a 22.
Okay, so that'll hit the rat. And give me the what is the damage roll on your Kama?
D4 1d4.
It's 1d4. There's no plus. You don't have a damage modifier.
Plus 4.
Okay, well you killed
so-
it then. You killed it.
Yeah. Okay.
If it's plus 4, you killed it.
Yeah.
You already hit, so that rat is taken out, and you're able to slice it in a way that the body stayed
False.
whole. You're able to basically put the body back together.
Yep. Yep.
So don't worry about it. So you go through and you slice it with the Kama. Do you have any ability to bonus action on the other guy?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't have 2 attacks yet.
Okay. All right. Brian, it is now your turn on the surprise round.
Okay. Quick question about the distance.
What's up?
Am I able to cover that distance, like to get in striking range with my sword?
What's your move speed?
No. I can
Oh,
tell you
with your
you're not.
sword? With your sword? No.
With your
okay.
sword, no.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's about 100 feet away.
Yeah, no, and my
I think your move
Your
speed's
move is
30.
probably 30.
it's 30. It's yeah. To be honest, he would just move. He would.
You can get to here, basically.
That's what I'm going to do. But I'm going to have my sword, and I'm going to two-hand the sword because player knowledge versus this is a player knowledge versus whatever. To let you guys know, he's going to be terrified as shit about what happened with the magic back there because he's never had something like that happen, and he's going to be afraid to use magic for right now. And so I'm going to two-hand the sword.
Okay. Fair enough.
But the characters won't know that. I'm
Yeah.
just going to run up with the sword.
Okay. Go ahead and give me your initiative rolls.
Dalhis rolls a 20.
Okay.
I hate D&D.
Yeah, that is the one place He hit a crit fail.
Yep.
That's the one place you do want to. If you roll a crit fail, that's one place you want to roll it.
I literally rolled 2 crit failures in the sewer alone today, and so, but my +1 gives me a total of 2. That's right, 2 for my initiative, people.
Yeah, I'm not going to have anything goofy happen on this one.
Well,
later on, if you crit fail an initiative,
Well, yeah,
you might get confused at the beginning of a battle. But right now,
that's
confusion
fair.
was not cast, and you're able to attack. So, all right, Dalhis, it is your turn.
All right, I will move. Actually, I'm gonna run past the first rat.
Okay.
And run to the left of that rat. Yep.
Okay.
And do a attack with my
Kamas.
Moss. Dalhis rolls a 22.
And so you go through and you slice down that rat as well because it's still a +4.
Okay.
And it
Yep.
does not have
Oh my
4
God.
health.
All right, there's my move.
All right. It is now the rat's turn.
Yeah, that's fair.
It saw its buddy just get sliced. But it's pretty stupid, and it thinks it can take down Dalhis. So it's going to. Oops, I need the color first. It's going to come right up to Dalhis here and try and bite at Dalhis's ankles.
Okay.
Wow. Wow.
So it goes through and tries to bite and just completely whiffs. Bert, can you give me a D20 roll?
Dalhis rolls on
And when it tried to go through and bite you, you weren't even fucking paying attention. You just sliced off the other rat friend's head. You step on the rat and kill it.
Wow.
So that rat's gone. So in a span of 12 seconds, Burke goes through and kills 3 rats, and Silver sits impotently in the corner.
This is easy money. Shall we continue?
So you're thinking now a little bit more time's passed because you had to search deeper down into the
Sewers.
into the sewers. Can both of you guys give me, let's say D10 plus 5. Both of you guys give me D10 plus 5s.
Dalhis rolls
14?
a 14.
Both of you guys at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay, so over the course of the next couple hours, because I'm not going to have you guys go through and actually fight every single one of these individual rats if you're taking the whole time here. You both go through, and in total, you kill about 40 rats. And give me, someone tell me high or low. First one to tell me.
Low.
Okay, I heard Brian say low first. So if you get the lower the number, the more of these rats you didn't destroy their bodies. Okay. So you guys went through and I'd say you guys got about 30 of the rats that you feel like you can cobble together to make like full corpses out of the roughly 50 you killed. There's a couple other steppings and, maybe the body fell apart and just like there's no way you're bringing it back, but you've got about 30 of these rats. Now, each one of these rats, we will say, let's do. Oops, sorry. Each one of these rats, they average out to about, we'll say 12 pounds. So I'll change up my my thing of it. So 30 of them times 12. Anybody want to do the math for me real quick?
I'm sorry, it was how much?
30 times 12.
It's
360.
360, yeah.
So you have 360 pounds worth of rat. How much can you guys bring back? You guys can go to encumbered if you want. That is fine with me. So I'll actually even be nice and say that each rat is 10 pounds just so we make the math easier.
Okay.
30 times 10, so that's 300 pounds. 300. I can carry.
And again, I'll let you guys go into encumbered states, but it's just going to take you a while to get back. So you might be a little bit
So
late for dinner.
I can carry all of them if I'm dragging them, technically.
Okay, how much of them could you How many? I'm gonna say there's probably a limiting factor in terms of if you're dragging them. Do you guys have anything that you guys would be able to put on to drag these easier? Do you guys have?
I know I have rope we could use to help with that for dragging purposes.
Do you have like any type of canvas? Ooh, you guys have the tent.
The
Do you guys want to open up the tent and try and drag 300 pounds worth of rat in that?
Then our tent is gonna smell like rat from here on out, and we spent 2 gold versus this will be 40 silver pieces.
What's mend? Does mend fix smells or just put things back together?
Honestly, that's a good question. Let's find out. I'd say the spell is just called mending.
Mending.
Mending, yeah. I'm actually trying to look it up as well. Mending.
Mending. This spell repairs a single break or tear in an object you touch, such as a broken chain and link, 2 halves of a broken key, a torn cloak, or a leaking water skin. As long as the break or tear is no longer than 1 foot in any dimension, you mend it, leaving no trace of the former damage. This spell can physically repair a magic item or construct, but the spell cannot restore magic to such an object. So it does nothing for smell.
So we could wash off the stuff later, though.
You could wash it off. You could.
Right.
It depends upon how much literal
Rat
shit you're
guts
dragging through it. So it might not smell great for the first little bit of the trip. But it is an option if you guys can handle it.
We don't always have to use the tent anyway. Let's do it. We can use the rope and the tent to drag rats.
Okay, so I'm gonna be nice, and I'm gonna have Burke roll the d20 for me,
Okay.
so that you guys don't automatically fail.
Thanks for that.
Regular D20.
Yep, just a d20.
All his rolls a 7.
So as you're dragging it back, and it's a slow process. You guys have 300 pound of rat. Dalhis is dragging it. Silver's complaining the whole time because it smells and whatnot. At one point, the who tied the knot?
Who tied the knot?
Who tied the knot on the bag or on the tent to make sure? Because what I had was basically you guys put all the rats on the tent canvas, then just brought up all the corners and fucking tied it. That's kind of like what I had in my head. Who tied the knot?
How about this, Burke? You and I each roll a d20. Whoever rolls higher was the one who tied the knot. Ready?
Fair.
Silver, can you give me a sleight of hand, which will be give me a dex plus the dex modifier.
Probably should have rolled it myself.
So like it's
d20 plus whatever your
d20
dex
plus my
modifier.
dex, so it's +1 then. Okay.
Should have tied the knot myself.
A
Okay.
9.
So you're going through and dragging it, and the knot feels pretty good, but at one point, the knot starts kind of just starting to slip. And with the way that the flow of the sewer and whatnot, if it opens up, you're probably going to lose quite a bit of the rats. Can Dalhis roll me a dex plus modifier?
This is a disaster.
All his rolls a 20.
You are able to
Wow.
pick up that, oh shit, this is about to open, and you quickly grab it, and you tighten that knot right back down, so you end up losing none of the rats.
All right.
And so you drag this thing all the way back. And where are you guys going to take this?
We'll take it back
Right back to that guy.
right back to
So you drag this thing all the way through town, and right back to whatever.
Bamwang.
Since
Bam
I'm sitting
wang.
kind of in an open area observing, would I see this?
Roll me a perception.
Nope.
No, you did not.
No, you
Didn't see
did
shit.
not.
Lucia, what did you roll, Lucia?
A 1. Well, I mean a 5 total, but
She critically failed. So they walked within 3 inches of her, and Lucia was just. I mean, she had her back turned, and she had her cloak up. So the other two didn't even try and notice because they're carrying rat guts and whatnot. And they walked about 3 inches away from her, and she just completely didn't notice. All right. So you bring it back to Bamwang's office. How do you guys greet this whole thing? Like, so you guys are right at the door now.
I knock on the door. Actually, I just push it open at this point. I'm kind of pissed. I'm tired. I just slam the door open. I go, "Here's your rats."
He sits there and he gets a whiff of this shit and gut smell that just blew into his office. And he starts gagging because it just smells so bad. And he actually turns and then sees all the guts. Dalhis opens it up and just lays out everything in this small office. And everything doesn't like spill out, but he opens it up and it all kind of like falls out and the bodies all slump away.
Yeah.
300 pounds of dead rat just kind of just all over this canvas. This guy turns and just throws up into the corner. He's like, "Oh, did I not tell you to take these down to the office where these are counted?"
No.
No, you did not.
Okay, take them down to the office. Fuck it, I don't care. Here's a gold piece, and he just throws you the gold piece, and has you take the stuff away.
So then we take it down to the correct office.
So you guys go through, take it down to the correct office. They are very well prepared for dead rat and shit smells to come in, so that nothing happens there. And those people seemed really nice down there handling that stuff. So you ended up, because you made him throw up, he paid you an exorbitant amount because he wanted you to get the fuck out of there.
Yes. So you get 4 gold, roughly.
No, you guys just earned 1 gold piece total.
One gold, and then
no, you're right. You're right. No, you're right. Hold on, I apologize. That is my fault. I did that wrong. So how many?
So you get 30 rats. 30 rats. That's a silver piece each. That's basically 3 gold, right?
Yeah. Why is my math not working?
Because I think it's 10 silver.
There you go. Gold. Sorry. Yeah. So what he ended up doing was he threw you an electum piece.
Oh, okay. So 5.
He just fucking threw that thing at you, and he's like, "Get the fuck out of here! I do not want your shit in here anymore." He tossed that to you.
Okay.
No. Is that right? No, 30. I'm so sorry. I'm just fucking all of this up right now. 30 rats. I'm trying to do this to where he threw out more money than you guys needed, because that would have been 3 gold pieces.
Because 3 gold pieces for the rats, and then
that's what he was going to pay you, was 30 silver or 3 gold. And so he threw you out a handful of coins and ends up coming to 5 gold pieces. I'll put it that way. Sorry, I was doing really bad at the math, trying to think of it. I was trying to pay you a little bit more than what you actually deserved because he just wanted you to get the fuck out of his office.
All right.
That case.
I look at so we whatever, leave the rats. I look at Silver like, how would you like to split this, young one or little one?
Easy. I slap 3 in his hand and I take 2 and I go, you did way more down there.
32.
Both of you understand that was an understatement.
Yeah. But I'd say for the record, Silver's genuinely, you could tell he's not actually in a good mood. Like, he's not in his usual, like, goofy, whatever mood. He's actually genuinely pissed right now.
Now that I have gold, I'm a little bit happier. I'm like, whew, this was nice. Can we do this tomorrow?
We'll see, buddy.
Okay. Let's go. I
So
think
it is.
I need to clean up.
Yeah, give me, both of you just give me a d20 real quick.
What time would it be at this point?
That's what I'm deciding is how long they took to do all this shit.
Dahl his rolls a 20.
Silver rolls an 11.
20.
So, yep. So Dahl has kept you guys pretty well. He carried that shit very fast for how heavy that was. He kept you guys very well on pace. So if you had a chance to go clean up beforehand, you'll be able to make it to the tavern by 5.
And can I clean the tent up at that same time?
Yeah, you're gonna attempt to clean the tent as best as possible, as best as possible. But it did travel for a bit of time on the ground and in the
sewer. Yep.
But since you rolled a 20, nothing tore. You're actually very good about like rotating it or whatever you did to make sure everything was good.
Okay.
So,
I am ready for food.
So they walked by you at about 4:00, I would say, Michelle. So if you want to take over from 4 p.m. To what time you did, Lucia.
Okay, so I guess like 4:15-ish, probably a few minutes after 4.
Okay.
She is going to head to the tavern and start eating, because she doesn't trust that it's going to be just dinner.
Okay. Okay, and just for a little bit of fun, Bert, can you give me a D20?
Alrighty. His rolls a 19.
Okay. So you actually did a really good job of cleaning up that tent. Not only did you take really good care of it, but you cleaned it up pretty well, so it's not a... There's a little hint, but it's not overpowering. Basically, if you looked at it this way, the only way that it would bother you is if you crit rolled, or critically failed. Like a fortitude check or something like that, so... Silver, don't roll.
No, I'm not. No.
Okay. So you guys meet back up.
Wait a second.
Go ahead.
I shove the tent in Silver's vest. It's like, does it smell? I can't smell it anymore.
All right, Brian, give me a fortitude save.
Son of a bitch. A 9.
Yep, he's fine. He sits there and goes, it doesn't smell great, but fucking wow, nice. From how you smelled it earlier and what it smelled like earlier, your Silver's actually decently impressed with how well he cleaned this tent up.
I wanted to make sure I didn't need to buy any perfume to spray on it to make it smell better. Thank you. Or something like that.
All right, so you guys are ready to head over at 5 p.m., right?
Yeah.
So you walk in, and you see Lucia is sitting in front of an empty plate that has like crumbs and stuff on it, because she clearly ate.
Thank you for waiting. You were kind. I say sarcastically.
I was gonna say, can your character actually be sarcastic?
I think every once in a while, yes.
She kind of gives a little smile but doesn't say anything.
Silver sits down and it's a borderline like angry / frustratedly just sits down and it orders whatever the strongest drink is available at the bar for himself, not even trying to go down the line of asking anyone else if they wanted a drink.
I'll order I guess tonight with my bounty, I think I will actually have I'll order some meat tonight.
Ooh.
A chunk of meat, which is I think 3 silver pieces. Or
Again,
whatever it
this is still going to fall into, I wasn't going to charge guys anything
okay.
extra for rations
enough.
or anything like that. So go ahead, even with your bounty, I won't take anything away from you,
Okay.
like I said.
Fair enough. I'll do that.
Once you leave town, and don't fucking take advantage of me on this one. Once you leave
Yeah.
town, that's when I'll start kind of paying attention more to...
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So
that kind of stuff,
we down eat, and I drink I'll have a mug of ale.
Okay.
And,
When Lucia sees them ordering alcohol, she kind of rolls her eyes and was like, "This is why I already ate."
I was like, I just need. Can I pick up on that?
You saw her roll her eyes. She was not being sneaky about it.
I look. I go. Let me recount the tales of today. I go. This is why I need a drink. I go. It's just a drink with dinner. It's nothing. We're not going to get drunk. I hope.
And so you go through and you regale the tale of how the day went for you guys. Does Lucia react? Excuse me. Does Lucia react in any way?
Yeah, so when Dalhis, I'm presuming, talks about when Silver threw lightning and, like, roasted the rat, she kind of looks at Silver and she actually looks a little concerned.
And how does... Hold on. Would you have noticed this? Would that be something you would notice? Or are you kind of steamy and not really picking up on stuff?
No, wouldn't be particularly paying attention, but when Dahl has started telling that part of the story, he'd taken like an extra big swig of the hardest drink he's got.
Okay.
Angrily, not like woo party, like
yeah.
fuck, you know.
So what? Any other reaction from Lucia?
For now, she's just gonna let Dalhis finish the story.
Okay, so Dalhis goes through and tells the whole tale about the entire day that you two experienced.
And Lucia looks pretty disgusted.
So she gets the tale has been woven, and you guys you're back to sitting and eating and doing whatever else.
So at this point, Silver would just reach in his bag or whatever and just pull out all the job wanted posters, slap them on the table, and go, "Here,
what my small friend here, I think, is trying to ask is, we have a plethora of jobs. Yes, I know the word plethora.
Can I get an intelligence roll to make sure you know that? No, I'm joking.
We got many jobs.
We have jobs. We did rats. Is there anything you want to do to earn money before we make our way to your village?
And I would say that throughout the day, like the 2 days that you've been here, basically, I'm saying it's 2 days, but
One night, 2 days, yeah.
Yeah, you guys are. Everybody, in some sense, would have an idea that you guys are spending gold for lodging and things like that.
Yes,
so I don't know how much that.
Sure.
Obviously, Dalhis has picked up like, holy shit, this is more expensive than I thought things were going to be, or he picked up in some way last night when you guys are ordering the rooms and whatnot. So I just wanted to make sure, just for player knowledge, so that you can kind of decide how your characters are figuring out how much this is costing them.
Yeah.
Since you're bringing up the job. So I just wanted to make sure that was in the back of the characters' heads, if there was something to be back there.
Yeah, and I would probably, along those lines, I would probably say, as like, I think we can either leave tomorrow or do one of these jobs and then leave the next day.
Dalhis does remember that City of that Champions tournament is in 2 days, so you'd have tomorrow open, and then you'd have that fight on the day after.
Oh yes, sorry, I did forget about that. I would recount my feelings towards that again.
Okay, cool.
Kind of more towards Lucia ignoring Silver, because I know he's not happy about that.
No. Basically, it's a conversation between you two.
Yeah. Yeah.
Silver is literally just steaming in a corner drinking.
Lucia kind of like browses the job postings, but doesn't really seem interested. She doesn't really say much. She just kind of keeps shuffling them around.
Do you want me to? Does anybody want to see all the postings since you stole them all?
Yeah.
You guys want me to post them somewhere?
Yeah, may as well.
Okay, I don't know how this is gonna. I don't know how the form. Oh, I guess I can just bring it. Oh, I gotta remove some of the stuff at the bottom that you guys can't see yet. All right, give me a second to get this where you guys can see where it needs to be. Okay, can you guys? That's visible, right? There you go. Is all that visible? Can you see it?
Yeah. Yep.
Cool.
So, at this point, as I said, Silver's pretty much just kind of checked out of this, a lot of this stuff. But he basically just turns to them and just says, "I say, you guys pick. I don't care."
And I don't know why this. I don't know if you guys can see this. This section's highlighted. I have no idea why, but I don't feel like fucking with it right now.
Okay.
It's not highlighted for any particular reason.
So at this point, I go, "All right, guys. Since no one talks but me anymore." Would it be okay if we waited and did the fighting, the combat thing, or maybe we go to the ruins and get magically things? I look at Lucy as like, you may find something about your god, Apollo, I believe.
Well, Dalhis wouldn't know that I didn't, though.
Well, not that you didn't find anything, but just like I know your god, like saying you might find something, because
He's trying to entice you, basically.
I'm trying to entice you.
Is this a diploma? Do you want to roll a diplomacy check here to see what's going on?
Yeah, I think that you should. I mean,
that's
that should be under your charisma, right? Or
my persuasion. So
yeah, we'll say persuasion. That's fine enough for me. And then
Dalhis rolls a 12.
And Lucia, if you want to roll.
Sorry. I was going to say, we don't really have to roll. Lucia kind of grabs that one and reads it more carefully.
Okay.
And kind of nods and says, yeah, this seems interesting. But her eyes kind of keep flashing to Silver, and she's still, like, showing a look of concern.
How long has she been giving you a look of concern?
Pretty much the whole time now.
Okay.
The whole time since the talk of the magic incident?
Yeah, like, she's not just staring at him, but every time she, like, looks at him, she kind of looks concerned.
Okay.
Even with my bad perception, I'd say would I have noticed this? You think by this point, if it's been a consistent thing?
Yeah, roll for me. Just D20 straight up.
All right, that's fair.
Don't even take the
Second.
wisdom modifier in there.
Nat 20.
Yes. You noticed.
Hey, remember the time when I can roll nat 20s?
Not in combat.
Not in combat.
But if you want to see if a fellow player is concerned, yes, you do notice that.
Yeah, that's the critical one that everyone needs. So Silver notices that she has a look of concern, and he kind of gives her the look like, what? Like not like a complete dick what, but like a
Sounds like a frustrated.
What? Yeah, frustrated. Yeah. Like it's like what's up?
She looks at him and she goes, "Are you okay?"
After taking a long swig of his drink, he says, had a pretty solid day, trudged through a mile of shit, had my magic almost kill one of my party members, and I couldn't even cast a simple spell that I've been able to do since I was 10 years old. But, whatever.
You didn't hurt me. It was okay. You were careful afterwards.
But I could have. You don't understand, Alhis. I'm my magic is very strong. I could have very easily hurt you.
I am strong. 2. I accidentally stepped on a rat and killed it. I'll be fine. I was not worried. Maybe a little bit, but just a little bit.
Silver just
Here, let me buy you a drink.
Silver accepts that part.
We are good, friend. We are good.
Lucia sighs and pays her bill and leaves.
Yep, I think after that I go over, pat him on the back, probably knock his face into the drink, and go.
There's a little bit of sloshing when you hit him right when he's taking a drink.
Yeah, I know.
Silver finishes the drink he had and the drink that was ordered for him, then goes to bed.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that is our second day in Arrier, and I think that's where we will call it for this week. So basically, you guys went through, you trudged through a river of shit to step on some rats. Lucia found out some things about her god and kind of took the time to really think things over for the day. And then you guys all got back together and talked. So, all right. We will see you guys next week.
Adios. All right. Claps.
Yeah, let's do a clap. 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's all make noise. Blah, 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 blah. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Yeah, so you're on the right track, Burke. I'm going to have that happen, but it's going to happen. I've got a time planned, unless something really crazy happens.
Fair enough.
I've got the level up planned for level 2, which I knew I was going to have you guys do probably today, unless you guys really just fucked off into a corner.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So that's why I had you guys prep it, and potentially for what I've got planned today, prep a level 3 just in case. I don't know if you'll get there based on what we've done so far.
Yep.
So it is now noon 30 for you, Michelle.
Yes.
So
you have an hour.
You have one session left.
Yeah, because I have to leave the house at 2, so I just need to be done by 1:45 ish.
So
Okay.
we have 1 hour left.
We got an hour. Yeah, so we can run pretty much all the way up until you're ready to go, Michelle.
Yeah, because
so
all I have to do is change and leave.
So basically, we have an hour and
10 minutes or something like that. We could probably go
hour 20 minutes. Yeah.
hour
Okay.
20. Okay.
So
All right,
we can go
let's-
long. Michelle, if you ever want to, if you need to, just let us know. Hey, let's wrap this up, and we'll try and wrap it up as fast as possible for you.
Give me 2 seconds.
Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna refill my water.
I brought 2 waters down. I don't. Hey, Michelle. I don't know if you see that window right there.
Mhm.
That's my restroom down here.
Nice.
I just opened the window and pee out of it.
I mean, I guess I don't blame you.
If I had, because technically right behind my bookshelf over here, there's plumbing, but it's not my basement, so I'm not putting anything in.
Yeah, because you're leaving this house, right?
Yeah, I'm only here until March, February.
Yeah. I wouldn't fuck with that either.
All right. Yeah.
I'm good.
So funny story. So I don't know if you saw. I don't know. There might have been someone that came in and sat behind me on the last session.
Yeah, I
Yes.
saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a buddy from I don't. Well, he was actually like my sister's age, but like his parents have a cabin up in Breckenridge, and it's where actually my honeymoon was, and we stayed there a couple weeks ago.
Oh,
and
nice.
like, but he lives down in Texas, and every once in a while he comes up and takes care of the land, and they're doing actually some weddings this week or next week, so he's got to go plant some sod. So he's when he drives up, every once in a while he goes, "Hey, can I stay at your house tonight?" I'm like, "Yep, come on up." So he just shows up, takes a nap, and then takes a sleep, and then leaves the next morning.
nice.
I love my house. I got people coming through all the time.
So me saying starting session 3 was just so it broke up the time things, because before it was like 42 minutes, 59, and then it went back to 42. I just want to make sure that I see,
sorry.
like, oh no, this is all stuff that's happening in the third one.
All right, I'm ready when you are.
Okay, let's go through, and we're going to make some noise. 3, 2,
No, no,
1.
no, no, no,
Sorry, I was a little weird on that. I'll make noise. Oh, just real quick. Both of you talk real quick.
The mix down didn't start.
Yeah, I missed the fucking start button. 3, 2, 1.
Good.
All right, cool.
Try not to peek too much on this, Craig.
Okay. Hello, everybody. My name's DM Craig,
I'm Silver.
I'm Dalhis.
And I'm Lucia.
and welcome back to Valaclacy. So, last week, you guys trudged through a river of shit. You killed some
AKA
rats. Yep, you guys killed some rats during this time. Sheesh, I'm trying to remember. Was that was the last week's the one where did you guys start with the books, or you guys went? Did you guys start with the book reading on that one? Was that last session?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I guess the whole town.
The past 2 sessions have basically been the town thing. Like, it
No,
kind of,
it was the book thing was done 2 sessions ago.
Okay.
This was literally just the rat hunting and dinner.
Okay, yeah, so
And
you guys
dinner.
went through, Silver and Dalhis went through rat hunting for some silver pieces. They killed some, got some things, but something a little concerning happened to Silver in the middle of it, but we'll get to that later. And jump back out to turning in the money. You guys got paid a decent amount more than you thought you were, because you guys made the collector puke. And he just wanted you out of the office. So you guys got a little bit more money on that than before. Then you guys all met for dinner. Before that, Lucia was. Did you talk to Addie that morning, or that session? Was that the conversation you had with Addie about the god of
That
Apollo?
was 2 ago.
Either way, you talked to him, and he didn't know about Apollo, and you were confused how you guys were both kind of figuring out what was going on, especially after you read the history of the gods books that you saw. And so you went and kind of meditated on it for a while to kind of get your thoughts together. Lucia got her thoughts together, and then you guys met up at dinner, which Dalhis was able to regale the tale of the sewer hunt. And when he told the tale to Lucia and mentioned the part about Silver's unexpected magic when he was trying to fire ice magic and lightning came out, a spell he does not know, it kind of threw Silver. Had been thrown off pretty much the whole day after that, and he was pretty concerned about it, and Lucia seemed like she picked up on his concern. So is there anything else you guys want to add to it?
Are you secretly Emperor Palpatine?
unlimited power. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I guess I think that's a good wrap up.
Okay.
From my end, and we did have some interest around adventuring and looking for artifacts.
Oh yeah, there we go.
So, and then I think we all went to bed though before we made a decision. So I figured we can wake up and make a decision soon on that.
All right,
Since
so-
hopefully Silver will be in a better mood in the morning.
So you guys, all 3 of you wake up in your whatever order you guys wake up. So you just tell me what you guys are doing from here.
We go down the commons room, and I look. Well, I think Silver and I were in a room, correct?
Yeah, you
so-
two are sharing a room.
Well, I'll probably wake Silver up and like, let's go eat.
So in that case, yeah, we would be in the common room looking for Lucia to make sure we could all get together in the morning and have a discussion about what our plans will be.
Okay.
Yeah, Lucia comes downstairs with all the job postings, and she asks them where they got them.
Silver.
I immediately just point.
So Silver responds in a borderline, almost overly cheerful manner, saying, "Oh, I took those yesterday from the board. That was they were there, we were there, it worked out."
I believe he wanted your opinion.
I did. I feel like looking at the board here, a lot of these seem pretty good. Yesterday, Dalhis insisted on the rat killing, which I can tell you I do not want to pursue again. So,
but we got 5 gold.
We're
almost rich now.
Oh, I know, but like we have other options, and personally, I'd rather do a job or get on the road. But I figured we'd talk to you about this.
I like 10, and 10 would be the adventuring to find artifacts or fighting. I can't crack my knuckles as much as I would like to.
Lucia holds up the one for the ruins and says, "Yeah, I'm interested in this one. Dalhis, you said you had a fighting tournament you wanted to participate in?"
Yes. It could be 500 gold. That's a lot. We could adventure on that for days. We could buy an elephant if we could find one. Those are big and can carry me.
Silver, what do you think about the tournament?
Personally, I think that he's our best bet at winning if we wanted to try it. I doubt many of the people here, based on the reactions, have ever even seen a Dragonborn, let alone fought one. So, in natural strength, he might be able to take this thing. But at the same time, we're going to run into the situation of we might get identified if he is causing that big of a stir. Because imagine we're traveling of a Dragonborn who won a fighting tournament. They might get onto us at that point.
You worry too much, little one.
Actually, I'm going to go through. Brian, that was very well spoken. Can the other two roll me D20s?
Just straight D20.
Yeah, just a straight D20.
Dalhis rolls a 16.
So
Lucia gets a 10.
Dalhis was, he already knew what was going to happen, but he's pretty jacked up to do this tournament. So he thought he took into account what he said, but it's Dalhis. He's wanting to go through and do the fight. He thinks that's fun. But Lucia's pretty well swayed by Silver's words about how it'd be kind of dangerous. So you guys can go off of that. Where Lucia, you feel confident in what Silver just said. It actually kind of brings up a very valid point.
All right. Lucia says, "Yeah, I don't think the tournament is such a great idea, but we'll play it by ear. Would you guys like to explore the ruins in the meantime?"
Yes. I have a day to wait anyway. I can convince y'all in a day.
I would be okay searching the ruins as well. Although, as I said before, it'll be very hard for you to convince me, Dalhis.
I have a day.
Lucia goes to the job board and returns the other 9 jobs.
Silver's confused as to why she did this.
On the way to, is that Siru? Is his name?
Yes,
Is that how you would say that?
Sure.
Okay.
Sai. Or no, I'd probably say Sai because that looks like Cyrus,
Sai.
but
Siru.
Tyru.
Alright. So, do we know how far this is? Where we're going?
You're gonna have to go talk to Cyru.
Okay, do we know where Siru is?
It's the Deepwater Dungeon, so just give me, all three of you just give me D20s real quick.
Okay.
Another 10.
Dalhis rolls at 17.
Ooh,
Okay.
19.
Silver
There goes your wasted good roll.
I know, right?
Silver remembers when you guys were traveling with the shit tent yesterday, full of rat guts. You remembered seeing the Deepwater Dungeon when you were passing by it, and you weren't exactly sure what was inside, but you just remember seeing it. So you're able to get over there pretty quick to talk to Cyru.
Okay.
So you guys come right up to the door of this place, and you see the outside. It's got the sign that says Deepwater Dungeon, and it looks like it might be a weapon shop, based on what you're seeing on the outside of it. You're definitely seeing some things that you're like, oh yeah, this looks like a weapon shop. So where do you guys go from here?
I say let's go in.
So you open up the door, and you look around, and you're kind of confused because you thought it was a weapon shop, but there's like a lot of like leather clothings, and there's some whips and some other things. And you're like, I thought this was a weapon shop, but whatever. There's definitely some things for. It looks like kind of like a torture place. You're not sure, but you move on.
This is some strange attire.
Yeah, they must really be fighting some specific enemies. I'm not sure. So
I go, where, Cyru? Where are you?
And a guy comes from around there's like a corner where the front desk, or not the front desk, but the checkout counter type of thing would be. He comes from around the corner. He kind of opens up a curtain and walks around. He's like, "Oh, hello. I'm Cyru."
Oh, hello, Cyru. I turn around, grab the thing from Lucy. I go, this. I go, where is this? Can we help you?
You are here for that adventure. That's so good. Now, you guys are willing to take on this adventure?
I would like more details.
I was going to say, Silver's like, well, we recently had an adventure that didn't. Let's just say that the person didn't exactly inform us of all the details, so we're a little bit leery on this one. Can you give us some more?
Oh, yes. There's just there's just this little place that these recently discovered ruins. Now everybody is going to tell you that this is a dangerous place. I do not think this is dangerous for the likes of people like you. Can you give me all D20s real quick?
Sure.
And we'll do what's a sense motive? What would that be? Is that do you remember what we were rolling that as?
Perception?
I don't know if I would say it's perception.
Deception?
No, you guys aren't trying to deceive him. You're trying to see what his true motives are. And I remember having you guys roll some kind of like wisdom or something.
Well, I think that would be perception.
Yeah, it'd have to be perception or insight.
Insight, thank you. That's the one. Where's insight at?
Yeah.
It's under wisdom.
Is it still wisdom? Okay, perfect.
So
plus your wisdom modifier. So D20 plus wisdom.
Oh, so I would have a 24 then. Or
Okay.
23, I'm sorry.
Okay.
So I have a special thing in insight. Does that mean I get a different modifier?
That means you're gonna get your wisdom bonus plus. Is that one of the ones that's checked off for you?
Yes.
So that's gonna be your wisdom bonus plus 5 as well. So D20 plus wisdom bonus plus 5.
No, it's only a 1 point, so it says a 3. I have a 3 next to insight on my character sheet. So
okay, then plus 3 then.
Okay.
Plus 3 plus wisdom modifier.
For the record, I rolled. It's with -2 there. I ended up with a 3. On that.
Dalhis rolls a 20. Not a nat 20 though.
Okay, so all right, so
19 to 20 to 3.
Silver's like,
Well, mine's actually 23 because I didn't add the modifier.
Oh.
yeah. So we got a 20 and a 23 and a 3.
Yep.
So Silver's like, oh, this sounds pretty good. I think we could go. This guy's telling us it's easy. You two are going, this guy's not telling the truth. He says it's easy, and both of your fucking senses went, oh, no. He sounded like he was trying way too hard to convince you it was easy.
I cross my arms and I look at him. I go, I don't go. I don't believe you. I go, please explain more on what you mean.
While Dalhis is doing this, Lucia kind of narrows her eyes and makes them look like there's fire in them.
Okay. Are you trying to intimidate Dalhis? Or are you just asking questions?
Oh, I'm looking. I'm putting. I'm putting my menacing
are you,
intimidation.
Do you have intimidate as one of your?
It's not a checked off, but I have +1 in it because I have charisma.
Okay, so you've got a +1 for that. I'm gonna give you. You guys can decide who rolls on this one, but you guys are gonna do a D20 +4. Just one of you though.
Go for it, Lucia. I look over and I'm just kind of standing there, just staring at this point.
– Wow, you guys.
21.
Lucia rolls a 21.
Okay, so he he sees Dalhis cross his arms, massive dragon body just bulging with muscle, cross his arms, and he's glaring at him, and then he sees the fire in Lucia's eyes. Sorry about that. He sees Dalhis cross his arms, and his big dragonborn muscles are just bulging out of this 500-pound man or whatever you are. I don't remember the actual size of you, but how big are you?
It was like 600. Wasn't it?
Sorry, 525.
525 pound of muscle and dragon. And then he looks over and he sees this, like, what were you, 110 pounds?
Yeah.
Short girl with purple hair, and all of a sudden her eyes light up with fire, and he's like, oh shit. He's like, okay, so maybe it's not easy, but there's a lot of really good treasure there, like super good treasure in there, and you know what, I'll even give you a really good deal. I'll let you take whatever you want from the castle that you want, bring it back here, and I'll only take a handful of the items that I really want. You guys can have the rest.
I immediately go, what exactly are you looking for?
There's just some items of a rare nature there that I'm looking to get, and I'm looking to pay handsomely for those items, and you can keep whatever else. There's a total, there's been rumors of just a couple items that are there that I'm really wanting.
I physically relax and I go, what do you mean pay handsomely for? Trying to persuade something out of him.
And he's going to respond something along these lines. You guys can interpret it as him saying this in character, but I'm going to tell you, he's basically trying to tell you, and you believe him, that he's going to pay you a fair market value for these items, whatever they are.
Okay.
You guys have any more questions for him?
Yes.
I look. Okay, go ahead.
Where is this? Where are these ruins located?
Very good question. I was hoping one of you guys would ask this. Oh, it's just about I'd say about 2 weeks travel to the west.
2 weeks travel to the west, you say?
Yeah, it's about 2 weeks to the west. There's a lake in the way, but it's about 2 weeks. So for player knowledge, not character knowledge, you guys are here.
Wouldn't that be to the east?
I'm sorry, you're right. I apologize. That's my fault.
That's okay.
Basically, he describes to you guys that you would sort of have to take this type of route. Like,
can you mark it on my map, sir?
You'd have to take this type of route to get there.
And at this point,
if you guys can find if you guys want to go through and do the math to find a better route there, but it's
and my
about,
home is to the south, right?
yeah. And this is Lucia's knowledge. Your home is right around in that area. So just to the south.
So, and he did mark this on the map, and I'm assuming.
Well, you guys don't have a map.
We don't have a map?
Right.
None of you have a map. So he just kind of told you the basic, like, hey, if you just head straight east, you'll run into a lake, and if you just follow the lake south, and then just, as you head south, just keep going with the edge of the lake, you'll eventually get there. So basically, he tells you to do this, like, go there and then wrap around.
Okay. At this point, I go interesting.
1, 2, 3,
and then
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. See, 12. So about 2 weeks.
And then it's about a 12-day travel to Lucia's home. Yeah, I think
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, about 12. So it's about 2 weeks either way. And then from her, just so we have this down, from her place north, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's about a week travel up to get to her place.
Okay. So I go, at least this is somewhat in the right direction, based on what I'm hearing. Does anyone have a map in this town? Is my next question to the guy.
Yeah. Can you guys all roll me perceptions? And Michelle, can you actually roll me 2? And it's a perception, so take modifiers into account. And then tell me your rolls.
16.
6 and 23.
Okay. You know what? I'll even be nice on this one. Michelle, which one? Tell me one or two. Just tell me a number 1 or number 2.
2.
Okay, so number 2. And Dalhis rolled a 14.
Dalhis rolls a 14.
Sorry, I know I was talking over you. So Silver, you remember, and Dalhis, you both remember there was a map. There was a place you saw a guy selling maps. Down in that market when you guys were running by the job boards and stuff like that. Michelle, you don't remember anything about a map, but you did remember something. You remember that when you were young, they were the people you were with. They're very protective about when you traveled straight north or straight south. They were wary of it. You don't remember the full conversation. Because what was the roll again? The high roll was a 19.
23.
Yep. So you don't. Okay. I was just making sure it wasn't a nat 20. You remember very distinctly, like, yeah, they were very worried about, like, people. You remember just like when you were really young, people talking about traveling straight north and straight south. For some reason, there was something there that so you're very wary about going straight to this place right now. And you remember that your hometown had some knowledge of something north, and you're kind of piecing those two things together. But the other two of you guys remember where the maps were.
Okay. At this point, I go. I look at my companion. I'm like, I think we have enough information. Shall we get to map? We can make a decision
I'd
elsewhere.
like to ask one more question before we leave.
Okay.
Before we leave, though, why do you want these items? What use are they to you?
Is this any form of check? Like, are you trying to be diplomatic? You're trying to intimidate?
I have no reason. I mean, I'm trying to be diplomatic, like nice, because I have no reason. I haven't. Remember, I was the dumb one who didn't realize he was trying to do that, so I'm not trying to intimidate him or anything.
I was just wanting to make sure that there wasn't anything like that.
No, I mean it's just like a standard like ask, I guess.
Okay. I will say, how does he respond? Okay, I'm actually just gonna roll to see how he responds. So he tells you, he's very diplomatic in his response when he tells you this. He goes, well, I'm a purveyor of specialized wares, and so I'm trying to find some things that have a history of being able to how do I put this? I'm a purveyor of special wares here, as you have been able to see, and I just found some things that make my line of business and things that people might buy from me. There's some items that I have heard rumors about that would make some of my customers just have a little bit more joy, a little bit more pleasure out of their God, I'm trying to find a good word for habits or something like that. Yeah. Well, out of their habits. He's talking about the activities they do afterwards.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys really want to get into like rolling to see if you fully because none of you necessarily understood what this place was right off the bat.
Right.
Just to let you guys know. If you guys really want to try and investigate that, but he's actually pretty persuasive. Like he's just trying to tell you that this is going to help his business, and he would pay handsomely for it.
Well, in that case, then this is where I am going to use persuasion. I would
Lucia, hold on really quick before you jump into this.
Yeah.
Lucia, after the piecing together sort of like the memory thing, she turns around and just walks out the door.
So like Silver clear is like crap. I gotta go after it, but before he does, he wants to use persuasion because he's gonna try to talk this guy up a little bit for price point. So you're gonna use persuasion, saying, "Look, I've had a really, really bad run of the jobs in this town so far, and I got to be honest with you, based on the fact that you said this job could be extra dangerous, could we get a little bit of hazard pay on this one? I feel like if it's especially dangerous, we should be rewarded as such."
Okay. Can you go through and roll a persuasion?
Yep. So that's plus my charisma modifier, of course, which is 3.
Okay.
So d20 plus 3. Okay, crit fail. So what's a 4?
but it is a critical failure. It was a 1. So he kind of
it
looks
was.
at you and goes, "Kid, don't try and hustle the hustler."
Carry on then.
And no one picks up on the that he's a hustler type thing. I was just that's the vibe he gave. Like, really, dude.
Right. Yeah.
So you feel kind of shameful because you're like, "Hey, so dangerous, right?
Money?
Just a little bit more like gold, right?"
Yeah.
He just looks at you like,
Get out.
"No, go. You're good. Like, you've got the information. I told you how to get there. It's just the
All right.
kind of just goes, okay, you guys know what's going on. You guys can
All
can
right,
leave
so then
now."
I chase after Lucia, and Dawes, I'm sure, comes with.
I'm yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
I follow as well, and so we get out there,
you guys are outside the shop now.
and I'm sure I know I perceived it. I go, "Are you okay, Lucia? You ran out in a hurry."
She asks if, can we go to my home before we go to explore these ruins?
I am fine with that since we have to travel west first, but I ask, can we get a map first today? If we're and are we leaving today? I'm assuming we wouldn't lose too
I
much
would like
travel.
to leave.
You'd like to leave the town?
Yes.
Can we get a map?
Yes, you can get your map.
Yes, I like
Silver,
maps.
can you wait while he gets the map?
All right. You want me to wait?
Yes.
All right,
Sure.
I'll go find a map, and okay.
Okay.
And like, I guess
Go
my
ahead.
question is, like, is it an area of the map, the town, this whole area, kind of what we're seeing on the screen?
Yeah, I would say it's kind of what you're seeing on screen. Obviously, I took off labels so you guys wouldn't see like everything, all my notes and whatnot around here. But this is basically what it would be. I would say it goes up to Veilthorn.
It's a Veilthorn.
So
Yeah.
maybe more along these lines. Like, I actually have, I don't know if I have I've got kind of like a country line or like sectionals. I don't know what I want to call them first.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I have that real quick and I can pop that up.
Don't worry about it. We could like if just having this map, would it have roadways kind of mapped out on
Yeah, it's definitely going to have roads.
it? Okay. I mean, and I'm saying right now, don't worry about it. We can get that once
later. Yeah.
Yeah, once you're done, once you've actually drawn it. But like now,
No,
at
I've
least-
drawn it. I'm just trying to see if there's one that doesn't have the
okay.
names on there, but has the, like what I'm effectively calling country lines right now. Okay, so just don't read anything on this.
Okay, and I guess how much would I pay for this?
Okay, so, yeah, let's see here. Yeah, so I'm gonna quickly put it up there just so you have an idea. Just take a look. In a book, it went to the wrong monitor.
It disappeared.
So it's basically like this area here.
map.
That's
Okay.
Got it.
that's the map
Okay.
you're getting.
Fair enough.
I wish I had it where it wasn't. I would say, sheesh, how much do maps cost? In the D&D
There is
world?
a scroll.
Let's
There is a scroll tube. I didn't see anything for maps per se.
because it's going to be a little bit more expensive than because that took a little bit of time for somebody to go through and.
I did see a case for a mapper skull is 1 gold piece, so I'll probably buy one of those as well.
I would think that a map is going to cost a couple gold.
I would say so too.
At a minimum. I mean, it's going to take a lot of effort to make one, and that's per country
Yeah,
section.
I'm gonna go through and say based on the detail that you're getting on this map,
Mhm.
it's going to be 5 gold because it's actually going to be a pretty good. This guy was a pretty good cartographer, basically.
Okay. And can I haggle with him to get a case for it as well for 5 gold?
Yeah. Roll a. I'll say whichever one you want. Not intimidation, because that will actually make things worse for this particular map maker.
I'm just gonna do persuasion.
Yeah, just do a standard persuasion roll.
D20 plus 1. Dallas rolls a 13.
You know what? He's gonna throw in a protective cover for this map. In with your purchase.
Okay. And there you go. And then I do that and probably go back.
Okay, I'll go through and over the before we start our next session, I'll try and get an actual just map of the map area for you.
Cool. Appreciate it.
So Lucia and Silver, you guys were about to have a conversation, I believe.
Yes. So while
Silver doesn't know it, but yes.
So while Dalhis is going to get the map, Lucia says, "Okay, first of all, I want to make sure that we don't participate in this tournament."
Okay, noted.
And she tells him, she's like, "I can't quite remember what it is, but there's something about these ruins that gives me a sinking feeling, and I think I might be able to find out why at my hometown."
Well, I'm glad that you told me that, because I didn't get any bad vibes from that shopkeeper at all. So if you're saying that there's danger there, and we would be going in ill prepared.
Lucia informed Silver that the shopkeeper that Cyber was kind of full of crap half the time he was talking.
Yeah. So in that case, yeah, that's absolutely fine with me. I don't like to go into situations ill prepared. So if going to your hometown first will make us better prepared for this, I'm in.
All right. I rejoined probably soon after that and said, "Let's go."
I like that we were able to distract Dalhis where he doesn't even remember the tournament at this point. He's just so gung-ho about the other adventure.
Of course. I've always wanted to meet more. I like meeting people. It is fun.
That's right, buddy.
Okay, just close your guys' eyes. Don't look at the screen real quick, because I'm going to open something up, and I'm going to make some modifications so you guys can actually... where'd my pen go? Oh, no, here's my pen.
Craig says that we could possibly read this map the way it is anyway.
Yeah.
And snip. Bink.
Enhance.
Okay, so
Yeah, I know.
everything that's in this... everything that's in here... you guys have... Technically, Burke, you know what's up there. Rah. And I'll actually say that you guys know about Nahi down here. Or Michelle, you know about Nahi.
Yeah, I was gonna say Bert can even just even if he doesn't have a detailed map, he can make a note that's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
my home's over here."
Yeah, so you guys can... Yeah, so you guys go through and... Ah, shit. You guys make a little map of this type of area here, based on Michelle, you knowing about Nahi down here, and Burke, you obviously know about the Garthabun Spires, the mountain range up there, very, very well. So this is now the map that you guys have.
Okay.
And I'll go through and make some modifications to it to where it's an actual, thing.
We get some roads. Yay.
So,
Okay.
Cool.
Fair enough.
All right.
But we're all together now, though, right?
yeah, you guys
Yes.
are all together.
What time is it? I don't know. Fairly early in the morning still.
Yeah, you guys are. It's earlier.
Early enough to where we feel okay that
You basically
leaving
you had
at this point,
breakfast.
or-
Yeah, you guys had breakfast, and then you guys kind of
Okay, I didn't know if we needed to waste another day, or something like that.
no.
More rat hunting?
Let's go.
Preferably
All right.
not.
Okay.
All right, so I guess that means that we're
We get to
headed
use
toward-
my tent, though.
We're headed
For
toward
what it's
Lucia's.
actually purchased for. I'm excited.
So when Dalhis says this, it sparks the memory of him telling Lucia about the night or the rat hunting, and she goes, "Wait, is this the same tent that you used to drag the rats?"
At that point, I grab it out of my bag. I go, "Here, smell. You can't even smell it."
Can
She
you?
she walks away to go purchase a new tent.
Oh no, wait! It's right in her nose. She's got to smell it.
No,
You
no, I
gotta,
shoved
you
it
gotta
in
make
your
a
face.
fortitude save. You gotta make a
Let's-
fortitude save.
Let's see it. I swear, if this is the one that she finally rolls the 1 on, I'm gonna laugh so hard.
What's a fortitude? I don't have fortitude in my list.
I'm sorry. A Constitution save. That's my fault. Constitution save.
Okay, I don't have any modifier for it, so.
An 8.
So you smell it, and you're pleasantly surprised that based on what you had in your mind, you thought it was just going to be horrible. It's not great, but you feel like just in your head. So you tell if Lucia is one way or the other on this one, but it's not really a terrible smell. So it'll be up to Lucia how if it's terrible enough, but just, you know, player knowledge, and didn't really smell all that bad. It was annoying, but it wasn't terrible.
You're gonna be out. It's only a piece of canvas. Come on, it's not that bad. I did good job cleaning.
She kind of looks, not fully disgusted, but just kind of wary, and doesn't say anything.
I mean, if Lucia is still the type of person to go out and buy another fucking tent because it's just like on principle, that's fine. I just wanted to let you know that you were surprised at actually how much it did not smell.
Ow. So would she buy a new tent? I don't know.
No.
No. Okay.
Okay. All right. So are you guys?
I guess
traveling
we're.
off, then?
I guess we're heading out. We're leaving
To the southwest. Southeast. Sorry. Don't make us roll perception to know where we're going. Like
Make you roll survival
Yeah,
checks.
Oh no.
No, you've got a map. You've got the roads. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna actually draw out roads for you.
we can
this
read
one.
signs.
Yeah,
I'm
you
sure
guys-
they're marked.
So you guys are heading down there. So this is going to be this is where it's going to start coming into effect more about, I'm not going to be total up on it, but like we'll have to start worrying about more about like the gold spent and
Sure.
whatnot for rations and things like that. Again, this trip I said was going to be fine regardless. It's once you kind of get here, you'll have to start worrying about getting different places with the amount of rations you have. Can you guys pick one of you to roll and then roll a D100.
Dibs. Oh.
I was already typing, but yeah, he went first.
Bang
Okay.
him.
So I'm going to go with the Dalhis. Dalhis, what'd you roll?
Dalhis rolls a 30.
Okay. All right. So as you're traveling, and I'm gonna assume that you guys are doing night shifts and things like that. This is a 2-week travel, basically. I said roughly a little less.
11
12 days.
I think.
Yeah.
12 days or something like that. So we'll say that you guys, this is through forest, and Lucia knows it well. I told you guys that last time. So Lucia knows the trails very well. She knows the road very well. Once you guys get, like pretty close in here, So I'll say that it ended up taking you about 10 days is what the overall travel time is going to be. But one of the nights, you guys, you can Brian roll me a D3.
3.
Okay, one of the nights during Lucia's watch, there's some rustling in the bushes. Lucia, can you roll me a perception check?
This went so great last time. This is when we all died.
Okay.
15.
Okay, so in the middle of the night, during your while everybody was sleeping here, you start hearing some rustling, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Michelle, you hear some rustling, right? And you kind of perk up a little bit, and then you noticed a figure, a behemoth figure, sitting over in the corner, coming out of the woods. Again, I have you guys like in a clearing-ish area
Okay.
where there's some trees and stuff around you, but there's a
What time of night is this, by the way?
let's just say it's about it's early morning.
Yeah,
Okay.
what? Okay. So I guess we changed the rotation because it was Lucia first watch, then Silver, then me.
Yeah, for some reason you guys decided to switch things up.
Okay.
It happens.
Maybe for this night or maybe other nights. I don't know.
She's been going to bed so early while you guys have been drinking that
Yeah.
last watch now.
Fair enough.
Alright, so I noticed this humongous thing.
Yeah, you notice this big thing coming out, and it immediately sets off your senses of, uh-oh.
How far away is the tent?
So I'll say this. I'll go through and make the blue is going to be the tent, right? So 2 people can sleep in this tent, and so that means that it's going to be a 2-person tent like this.
Okay.
Since each person, whatever, I'll do it this because fucking the Dragonborn's huge.
Okay.
There's your tent. Your tent is on a 4
How
by
rude.
It's a 4x4, but for whatever fucking reason, you guys can only sleep 2 in there at a time. So just run with it.
All right.
Fine with that.
So you guys are in here because Dalhis is like 7 feet tall, so he takes up these 2 areas, and then so that's the reason why. That makes more sense.
Plus with stuff and
Yeah, we're trying to keep all the shit dry if it rains. Gotcha.
Yeah. And then there's you guys have like a small, fire type area about I'd say about 10 feet away. Does that make sense?
Okay.
A fire about 10 feet away. Lucia, I've got you about here. You're pretty close to the fire. You're hanging out near it. And then the other 2, you guys are in the
tent.
You guys are in the tent. Here's it's wooded area around you. And you hear the rustling. Come on, work with me. There we go.
I've had too much coffee and I've been sitting still for too long.
There you go. There's where the rustling is coming from. So it's about 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, about 30 feet away.
I try to quietly feel around for a small rock or something to throw over at the tent.
Okay. Give me a perception check real quick.
If this is ever a time to roll.
So,
wow.
You
20.
find
Not
you,
natural.
you find a rock and you throw it, and it goes through the flap that was just tiny bit opened, and it hits Dalhis right in the forehead.
Oh, what was that?
And it wakes him up. He makes some noises. That wakes Silver up.
Oh, my head.
What?
Something hit me.
Something hit you? We're in a tent. What hit you?
I do it. I find it and I feel the rock. I'm like, someone threw a rock at us. Can I lift back the flap and open and look through?
And you don't have night vision, right?
I do not.
I do.
Right.
I have nothing.
Okay, so you 2 pop out. Here's Brian.
Okay.
Brian, you blend in with the woods.
I do.
Yes, you do. And here's Burke. Burke, you're always going to be kind of like a brownish orange color.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
All right, so you guys come out here, and Brian, can you roll me perception real quick?
Yep. Wow.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Brian got a
baby!
nat 20 on it. You look over there, and you're like, oh my god, a fucking bear.
I hope it's not an owlbear. Sorry. Okay.
So I just look over and I see a giant ass bear.
And
see it.
you scream it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You scream it out. Oh my god, it's a fucking bear. And while you see the bear, you also picked up on other rustlings around the bear as well.
Oh, okay.
And then you kind of notice that this bear has what looks like kind of like a makeshift collar.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, I did not have something up.
At that point,
While they were probably doing this, Lucia was gonna probably slowly stand up and get her crossbow ready.
Oh yeah, I would say all of you pretty well went, huh.
at that point, I stand up and do a massive roar from the bottom of my gut, and as I know, the mountains, there are a few bears. I scream and try to intimidate them away.
Okay, can you give me an intimidate check?
Yep.
Oh god.
He's trying to intimidate the bear. Granted,
Hey,
he's probably
He's
equivalent.
huge.
I'm 525 pounds.
Yeah.
It's thinking. This is not good. It's still think.
When it thinks that long as a 5.
I know, right? Dude, I've never had it wait this long.
If it takes too long, then you just reset the page.
I might have to. I'm gonna refresh.
So I see that.
I'm just doing a test. Okay, so mine went through, right? To everybody
Yeah.
else?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh wow.
He rolled.
Dalhis rolls a. Why did it took all my settings out? Yay. Dalhis rolls a 6.
Okay, so you roll a 6. So that roar, it was a pretty good roar, but I think the bear is big enough where he's like, okay, do you want to bring it, bitch, or what's going on? And so let's everybody roll for initiative.
Fucking A.
Silver rolls a 10.
Dalhis rolls a 15.
Lucia got a 16.
Okay, you guys help me keep track of this because there's gonna be a couple more numbers popping in. Well, that guy's last. So that's a 3 right there. So if you guys can help me out with enemy
Here,
number.
do you want to throw them into our Skype so it's not for everybody? I didn't know if you wanted.
Sure. You can be my standard.
I will just
help.
not tell everyone
Yeah.
how many people we have.
So if you could type down in individual little messages, Burke, the numbers. Or I guess hold on.
Yeah.
So
Just send me
enemy
everything. I'll keep it in order.
Fuck. That's enemy number 2 was that second number.
Okay.
And oh wow. And that.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So now that we start off, can you send me the order back? Thank you.
Yep, I'm working on it. Alright, well, you know who goes first, so I'll get the rest of them.
The one I just put is the one that goes first, right? Yeah. I had to look back through your guys' rolls. Okay. So you guys go through and right off the bat, old Barry McBarrison charges down in a fit of rage. What's his movement? 40 feet. Oh, yeah, he can definitely make it to Michelle.
Old Smokey's getting real close.
Old Smokey comes right up next to Lucia. And he ends up taking a swipe. I'm going to have to... What's your...
My AC is now 13.
Okay. So 14, that hits. Thank you, Burke.
Mm-hmm.
14 hits, and so the bear rears back with his claws. And he takes a swipe right at Lucia. And he ends up doing 5 points of damage. It is now... Lucia, it is your turn now. There is something that I'll let you guys do on this one. You can escape attacks of opportunity if you just take 5-foot steps. So if you're wanting to get out of there, you can't like run away completely. You can literally move one square away defensively and avoid attack of opportunity. So if you wanted to back up somewhere, Michelle, or if
So
Lucia
each square is 5.
Each square is 5.
Got it.
And I'm thinking about going to a hexagon map. How do you guys feel about that?
I was wondering if you were going to do that.
I'd
fine
be okay with that.
I like the idea of the hexagon map, sort of. So
Yeah,
I
I'd be
was,
fine
I was
with
wanting
that.
to talk to you guys about that later.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, she's gonna take a step back.
Okay, are you going towards Dalhis?
Yes. And then I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt.
Okay. I'll let you... What is Guiding Bolt like a magic type thing? It's a ranged attack, I'm assuming?
Yeah, it's ranged up to 120 feet, so I can reach.
You sure? You sure? You guys are about 10 feet away.
I don't know. It's kind of far.
So yeah, give...
120 inches. You're fucked.
Give... whatever the... What is it, like, proficiency plus Whatever it's based on, if that's based on wisdom or faith or whatever it's called. So you cast the guiding bolt, and it kind of Lucia rolls a 7. You cast the guiding bolt, and it misses and shears off to the side. Dalhis, it is now your turn.
Okay, I run around the bottom side of the fire, come up right next to the south side of the bear.
Right. Okay.
Yep,
So you're
right
moving to
there.
You're moving to the south side of the bear.
Well,
Yep.
let's just say you hurtle over the fire because it's more exciting.
I didn't want Craig to make me do roll some shit.
Rolling acrobatics to see if you
Yeah, I
can-
know.
So yeah, 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's plenty of years.
Yeah. Yeah. And I, of course, have my Kama.
Yep.
And I go with a hit.
Okay.
Try to hit that. So let's. Damn you. And the refresh page. Shit. What was that? D20 plus strength plus proficiency, right?
Yeah, +2 for the proficiencies. That's a +5 overall, isn't it?
6 because I have 4 in strength.
Okay. Yep. There we go. Fucking A.
Wow.
So you go through and you crit the
Dallas rolls
hit.
a 26.
Yes.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. So I'm gonna go through and just assume max damage on this hit right here. So what is max damage for?
With
Oh,
that.
guys, I hate to tell you this, but I think that's not right.
No, it's not. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Not me. Let's roll it again. Yeah.
Oh, and it was not. That was just 20 plus 6.
Good. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Thank you for catching that. I would
Yeah,
not have caught it.
I just noticed that too. Remember my page got fucked
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
All right. So that's
Dallas rolls a 9.
you missed that initial hit right there, but I'm assuming you're probably gonna take the bonus action. that you-
Yes. Yeah.
That you get as a monk because you're gonna go through and try and headbutt a bear.
D20 plus.
Be D20 plus 6. Oh no. Yeah, you're still proficient with your fists.
Yep.
So D20 plus 6. All right, this one's gonna hit.
Oh,
so
yeah, that's...
you'll do 1d4 damage to this bear.
D4. Dallas rolls a 2.
Okay. All right. And so now it is Silver's turn.
Trying to put out of his mind the events of the other day, he musters up his courage to cast a spell
Okay.
and has decided that he's going to throw a firebolt this time.
Perfect.
And so I will do that. D20 plus 5. Rolls a 13.
It hits.
Hey, it's my first hit in like 8 sessions. All right.
It might be your first hit ever.
It is. No, it legitimately is. And now I have to find out because I can't remember. It's I think it's 1d8, but I'll double check. It is it's firebolt is 1d10 and it's fire damage.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice. Good job.
Burke, the Skype window, real quick.
So
Gotcha.
d10.
Okay. Perfect. That works. That's what I wanted to know.
A 7.
All right.
All right.
So you hit this bear for 7 points of damage, and
It's fire damage.
unfortunately, though, the bear does not catch on fire.
No, I didn't think he would. That would have been too beautiful.
Okay. All right. So now,
That feels so good. That is the most damage I've ever done in any game of D&D. I'm talking years of playing. I've never done.
and the
any
funniest thing is
damage.
when you were a paladin once and like
Paladin.
did no damage. And
I did
it
like
was just
max of 3 or 4. That was it.
okay. So
Yay!
out of the tree line here, you get a figure steps out, a humanoid type figure steps out, and he pulls back his bow and he fires it at the massive Dalhis as it just scared the shit out of him that he went through and was slicing at this bear.
Okay.
Does a 15 hit?
Yes.
Okay, so he hits. So he pulls back his bow and he fires for 1 damage.
Okay.
And then right after that, another one of his buddies pops out here as well, and he's also going to take a shot at Dalhis because everything else is sort of covered. Does a 14 hit?
Yes.
Okay. He hits for 3 damage.
Okay.
It is now the bear's turn.
This fucking bear has the highest initiative.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
So the bear's going to, he's got a 1-track mind. He's not that smart. He's chasing after Lucia. So he leaves. Nope, he doesn't provoke an attack of opportunity, does he? Because he's still within 5 feet of Burke. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, this is why I want hexagons, because I like the, if it's not touching, I don't like the corner thing. The hexagon thing will be better. So he moves over right into here to attack Lucia. So he swings. Does an 11 hit?
No, my AC is 13.
Okay. And he swings and he misses. So now, Lucia, it is your turn.
Fuck. Lucy is gonna take another step back away from the bear.
Okay.
And
Are you heading back, like, right in front of the tent now above
yeah,
Silver?
gonna try guiding bolt again.
Okay, guiding bolt. And what'd you roll?
10.
Okay, so Lucia again fires off the guiding bolt and misses the bear. Dalhis, it is now your turn.
Dalhis ignores the bear, runs over to that guy.
Okay, you're heading over to the easternmost guy.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's put me on the bottom side.
Can you go ahead and roll me a d20 real quick, plus your dex modifier? Because you will be leaving this bear, but he's not an intelligent creature.
So I guess would that count as attack of opportunity, even though he's focused on someone else? Because
that's what I'm seeing, just to see if you had enough dex to get out of there. 'Cause I think by rules, no matter what, you should be taking an attack of opportunity. But I'm taking how focused he is on Lucia.
D20 plus what?
Dex modifier.
Would that be acrobatics, stealth, sleight of, or just the standard?
Are you proficient in any of those?
Acrobatics and stealth.
Okay, I'll give it to you acrobatics that you nimbly jumped out of the way. I'll give you acrobatics, so whatever.
Dalhis rolls a 16.
Yeah, so you were able to jump out of the way, and I've lost your color. You're able to jump out of the way. What side of this person are you
bottom
going?
side.
Bottom
Okay.
side.
Yeah.
You're able to get over there and attack.
Okay. D20 plus 6. Dalhis rolls 15.
Okay, so you're able to go through and hit this humanoid figure. You're looking at him. This dude is an ugly mug once you got up close to him, man.
All right. Hits for 2, and of course I'm going to use my unarmored bonus. Okay. All right. And I roll a 19.
Which hits?
I'll roll a 1. 4. Dalhis hits for another 3. So it's 5 hit points on him.
Okay. All right, Silver, it is your turn. Let me look up that spell real quick.
I can't. Was Brian talking?
He's sending me private messages.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I didn't know if he was talking.
Yeah, I was confused for a second. I was like,
No. It's cool. I had sent Craig some messages because I wanted to see if this move.
To me, it would.
Okay, that's fair. Then I'll
unless if you want to call something out and prepare them, I'll let them. Okay.
I mean, just because there wouldn't be enough time for all that, you know.
Okay.
So
well, I was gonna say I was gonna let you if you called something out and you had some kind of code word that you said beforehand.
No,
to
they've
let them
never
know.
seen this move.
Perfect.
They would not
Okay.
know. So
just wanted to give you the opportunity just in case.
So I can move 30, and each of these squares is 5. So if I go up 1, that's 5.
Okay.
Up
You
1
can't
again.
walk. You can't walk through a space that she occupies, though.
Oh, you can't.
No, you cannot.
Okay.
And you can't go diagonal. And if you went this way, the bear.
It's
If you
an
ran
attack
between you and the
opportunity.
bear, yeah, he would definitely be like, "The fuck's this?" So
Okay.
you can move freely, like this way and shit. Or I guess technically you could come around.
Well,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 50 feet right there.
You can't move diagonal. I thought diagonally.
Yes, you can move diagonally just as long as nothing occupies it. So like the tent, he wouldn't be able to move diagonally through there. When you came out, you were able to do this like that to get up to where you wanted to go. But he can't move diagonally where something else takes up, unless it's like a what do you call it? A small guy, a hobbit. What's the halfling? Like halfling, I'd let you do it because they're small. But
2.5 feet. Yeah.
So seeing that the bear is going after Lucia and that we're getting shots rained in on from this outside source, he's gonna just have to go through and take the chance of opportunity of letting the bear get a swing at him as he runs by. Where I'd like to place myself is basically draw a diagonal line, go 5, 10, 15. So basically putting himself right there in between the two, because that way those two will be within range of the move I want to use, and she will not. But I understand that this does open me up to a chance of getting hit.
Okay, I was just making sure because 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Oh, then do that. If I can, actually, yeah, if I can do all that.
What's your movement speed?
30.
30. So you could move right here, and I'll go through and technically I'll give you since you already have anything weaponized, I'd actually give you 35 feet if you wanted to get here without taking the attack.
Then yes, I'll do that.
Okay.
And you actually, that truth be told, if you're gonna give me that spot there,
it'll make you just a little bit harder to hit something.
Yeah.
Because you're close. Since you're kind of rushing to get over there, I'll give you that.
Is she? Let's put it this way: is she in? She's not within inside of a 15-foot cube, is she?
No.
5, 10. No.
Oh.
5. Here's 5. Here's 10. Because
15.
it says 15-foot cube originating from you.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I just want to make sure that because if not, I can move one space to the right. It's the same thing. Had I,
Because right here is where wouldn't this be the 15 feet? Like 1, 2, and then cube. God, I fucking hate these. What would you guys consider a 15-foot cube? I just want to see if we've got
15-foot cube or radius.
It says a 15-foot cube originating from you.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to see it, it's.
I would say the bear and the top guys in it. Lucia's right outside of it, based on what I'm seeing. Because I think right outside of him is a 10-foot cube, and then the next one out is a
this is 10.
15.
This is 15. So
yeah,
you're saying 1, 2,
or would that be one bigger? I don't know.
That's what I'm trying.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's one bigger.
I would say,
even if it's not, and let's just say that you put her outside of that radius, if you count the one you're on counts as 5, right? So that would be one shy of where she's at.
Yeah.
By that design.
I would say move over to the right. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, you just tell me where I need to be on that one, Craig. Because otherwise, if you do move me one to the right, because it's the same distance, then that way it could potentially encapsulate all 3 of those guys.
Yeah, I would say it could.
Well, you were here and then you diagonaled back.
Yeah.
So if you went
straight up, theoretically, because the only reason I went.
Let's just say you even went right here, just so I can figure this out. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, if you went up 1, 2, 3, you would end up getting in my head, let me not. Fuck. So okay, you're yellow for now.
That's fine.
You're yellow. So 1, 2. That's 15 feet down to like 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So like, right? That'd be a 15-foot cube. Is that what we're going with? I'm trying to look it up right now, and they don't have
That
cube.
makes sense to me.
I would just, like in my head, I'd go, what's 15 feet out? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
1, 2, 3.
that makes sense.
And so then it would be here, 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 and technically Dalhis is in that one. If that's the way we do it, like if we could do 3 down, 3 up, like that.
Yeah,
That's a huge fucking area, though.
that's massive.
I would say the diagonals would be in a little
Yeah,
bit
well,
just naturally.
No, yeah. So let's go 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, like because 1, 2, 3.
3.
Because that's technically
1, 2, 3.
kind of like more than
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2,
Right,
3.
I can't believe I can imagine it not a sphere, not a cube.
Well, that's what I'm
Right.
trying. That's what I'm trying to figure out. But like, if you go, So if you go, you're here. God, here's the page I'm on right now. This is one of the things I'm looking at. Copy image address. I'm gonna send it through the Mumble.
Okay.
This is one of the things I'm looking at right now. But it doesn't say cube. It says radius, and it puts the character for the radius one. It puts the character in the middle of the grid. Like if you look at that picture, the only one that's different. Every other one, the person's sitting inside a box. This one, it puts them like on the corner of fucking 4 of them. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm flexible as to like if you want to make it a circle instead of a cube, we can do that and just kind of build it out from there. It's up to you.
Okay, so
I just said I don't know how that because we've never used the spell yet. So
all right, so I just want to make sure we can go through and we can just make up our rule now of how we want this to work from here on out.
okay.
How do you guys want it to work? I mean, you can make it where it works right now as is, where you don't hit him, because let's just say it's you counting for 5. So then it'd be 10, 15.
I would honestly say what you do, you draw 15 feet out in each like north, south, east, west direction, and then kind of draw diagonals in between.
Okay.
Them almost, except for like I think the.
So basically, it would be.
Yeah, kind of
Like that.
like, yeah. It would be hitting some weird points, but yeah.
Is this agreeable to everybody?
That's agreeable to me.
Okay. So basically, it would end up being. So you'd end up
The
having.
thing that I'm finding is saying that a 15-foot cube is a total of 9 squares on a flat map.
Oh.
If you guys look at the link that I posted in Mumble, it kind of sort of posts like a visual.
So 9 squares.
So you'd end up doing this right here, basically.
You wouldn't even. That's a 15-foot cube.
That's it.
That doesn't.
Well, here's 15 by 15 technically.
But that's not radiate. That's
It's not centered from the caster, though.
yeah. Yeah. If
Well,
if
a thunderous wave force sweeps out from you. Each creature in 15-foot cube originating from you. So that means you're placing it on somebody? Like you can put it 15 feet out from you, Brian?
No, it has to be like you are the origination source. Is the way I read it. Sweeps out from you. Like so, in other words, you're the source. Everything goes out. 'Cause that's the whole point of it. Is that's like a push. It's a pushback, but also damage move.
Was
Like
there a
it-
picture in this, or was it just him doing the text of the one you sent, Michelle?
The one I sent, if you scroll down a little bit, somebody uses like X's to make like a visual.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, based on this, the cube is you can originate it anywhere. So it's a 3x3 cube that you can put down somewhere, and you just have to be somewhere in that cube. So you can go through. You could technically do this,
Okay.
Brian. You could go through and do 3x3 here, or you could do 3x3 here, or you could do 3x3 here. You just have to be in the cube somewhere.
Okay, I'm with you. So in other words, as long as I'm physically there, essentially I can do that.
Yeah.
And if I were to and go ahead and place me back where we thought we were gonna put me originally.
So right there.
Right here.
That there. So in that spot, I could hit the bear, or I could hit that guy, right?
Yeah,
one of
'cause
the
you-
two.
Yeah,
One of the two.
Yeah, you'd go. Yeah, if you
It
try,
would be way too powerful if it was.
yeah, you could technically miss everybody, so you'd have to either place it at this guy or at the bear.
Gotcha.
So
Well,
you
I
go
went-
through and make that decision real quick.
Okay, no problem. In that case, as I said, I did that. I moved over there because I thought I could hit at least two of them at once, but now that I know I can't, that's a bit of a kick in the pants. But I'll just keep going with it, just because that way we don't have to move me back and then start all over necessarily, right? Yeah, even though actually that would have been better if I hadn't moved at all.
Well,
Now knowing that, do you think
I
is
mean,
that cheating to go back? Do you think? I don't know.
I mean, if you knew how it worked, you wouldn't have done that.
No, we were figuring out how this works.
Okay.
So I
So I
consider
was
you
standing
can.
right next.
You haven't
yeah.
moved yet. You didn't take your finger off the piece.
Okay, so if I'm still standing next to Lucia, can I just take the one square step forward there next to the fire?
Right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that an okay thing to do? And then
I'm all right with that. Yeah, I'm all right with that.
I'm gonna cast that spell, but in the direction of the bear to push the bear the fuck back from Lucia, because that was the whole point of me doing this. Is I was trying to make sure that this thing gets away from her.
So you're basically doing this area right here.
Yes. There you
Okay.
go. Perfect.
okay.
Perfect. Okay.
Okay.
So
So do you need me to read
now
it?
that we figured out what we're doing here,
Yes.
on a fail, so he's got to make a Constitution save.
Yep.
So you're hitting the area no matter what. Now we just
Yep.
have to see if he has a Constitution save. 2. And what's it have to beat? It has to beat something on you. It beats what? Your spell modifier plus 10 plus your spell modifier, right?
If that's what you. if that's
So
what
it's
it
10
is.
plus your charisma modifier is what I think it is. Isn't that correct?
Yeah.
anybody-
So yeah. Well, I mean, all my spells are based on charisma. So,
Right.
yeah,
So that's
it'd
your
have to
spell
be,
modifier.
which is 3 plus 3.
Okay. So it'd be a 13. He's got to beat a 13. I lost my rolls page. Where's my rolls page? There it is. So he's going to get a +2 to this. No, he does not escape it. So the bear rolled a 4.
Excellent.
And so that is 2d8.
Yep. Plus
um,
knockback.
Plus knockback of 10 feet. So roll the 2d8 for me real quick, Brian.
So hashtag 2d8. 15.
Oh,
baby!
Holy shit.
That
Brian
bear
came to play this fight.
that bear did not even get knocked back. It was like and it fell right over.
Its body flies.
Yeah, so technically it's dead bodies back here.
It's dead body flies.
Hey, I do a air high five to Lucia.
You guys are next to each other. You can high five if you wanted.
All right, I'm gonna give her a high five.
As a free bonus action.
Sweet. Can I? I'm gonna give her like the high five thing, and I'm gonna see if she accepts it.
Yeah, I'll accept it.
Yeah, she didn't leave me hanging.
All right, so that was Silver's turn. That
Yep.
only took us 45 minutes.
Sorry.
No, it's good.
I
I'd
mean,
rather
it's first time. Yeah.
I'd rather figure it out. So okay, now it goes on to this guy who's going to take a swing at the Berkey right next to him because it scared the shit out of him. Let me make sure I just got the right stuff up. That is that. So he did not have time to switch his weapons. So he's actually going to go through and just drop his bow onto the ground, pull out his sword. And a 20 beats you. Yes, it does. And he hits you for 4 damage, Burke.
I'm down to 1 hit point. I need healing.
Need healing. All right, the other guy just saw his bear friend just get mutilated. And he's going to fire at the man that just took out the bear. So he fires over to Brian. Does a 13 hit you, Brian? Do you have a You're muted, Brian.
I'm sorry. I have a 13 for my AC.
Okay, so that does beat you. Since it hits the number, that does beat the AC. So he
Man.
is now he's
This
firing
new
his,
armor's useless.
he's firing his bow at you, and holy shit, he hits you for 8 points of damage.
I'm down. I'm down for sure.
Okay.
Medic.
So Dalhis, it is your turn now.
No, it's Lucia's turn.
Oh, I'm sorry. I am very sorry. Yeah, Lucia, it is your turn. My apologies. Thank you for. This is why I have somebody else help me out with the return order.
Lucia's going to.
Just to let, I don't know if this is something that you have or the abilities, but any type of healing magic you can do will automatically revive somebody to 1 point of health if they are in the negatives. Like Brian, you're in negatives right now,
Yeah,
right?
I'm a negative.
So
negative
you can, regardless of what you do and how much you roll them up, you will give him that many health points if you have a healing magic. That's how I'm going to run the game. So if you heal somebody up that has, 0 hit points or less, you will heal them for the amount of points that they have.
Okay, well, I don't.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that was out there.
So I am going to. But I'm going to go over and I'm going to. I have a cantrip called Spare the Dying. And
Okay.
all I have to do is. I just have to touch the person I'm using it on. So I'm going to go over and, put my hand on Silver's forehead. And it makes him stable so that he doesn't have to throw.
Okay.
Death
Okay.
saving rolls.
Okay, so that
Wildly appreciated.
that stabilizes Brian. But he is still not moving. He's breathing, just not moving now. Okay, now Dalhis, is that a full action, or do you have anything else that you can do? I'll say that since you're right next to him, because normally you get 3? You get a standard action, a move action, and a minor.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that if you wanted to move, you could still move afterwards. But I wouldn't say that you'd be able to pull out a crossbow and fire at anybody. So if you want to
No,
move,
I would probably just move back, maybe kind of south of the tent there.
Okay, so right here.
Yeah, right there.
Okay. So that puts you in cover. So that'll make you harder to hit.
Okay.
There. Dalhis, now it's your turn.
Alright, I try to attack. 20 plus, not equals, plus 6. I roll it.
Oh, he gets the crit.
Wow.
Sorry, he rolled a
Like
crit. I got
Coriolis song?
excited.
Yeah.
I rolled a 26. Nat 20.
Okay, and so what is max damage on that?
It's a D4 for my first hit.
D4
So-
plus what?
Oh, plus my strength.
Yeah.
4. So
Okay,
8.
so you did 8 points of damage, and you slash that goblin. Oops, you didn't know. You weren't supposed to know what that was. You slash the shit out of this thing, and he goes down.
I actually didn't do a damage modifier on my first roll.
Okay, so
Oh well, he's dead.
that took care of him.
Mm-hmm.
It is now his turn. I think. No, Silver, you're dead.
No,
I'm-
it's
yeah.
it's Silver's.
It's Silver's turn, but he's stable, so he can't do anything.
Nope. I just exist.
He just exists. So now it goes to this
Mm-hmm.
guy's turn, and he just saw a bear get mutilated and his buddy get cleaved in half. Give me 1 second. Okay, but he's feeling brave, and he's going to, being that Silver's down, he thinks he's dead. He has a hard time looking over at Lucia, so he's going to turn his bow on Dalhis, and he fires and misses.
All right.
Lucia, it is now your turn.
Can you, I forget, in 5, can you split movement?
Define split
Yes.
movement.
Like,
Okay.
move, attack, move,
Yes, you
as
can.
long as you don't move more than your move speed
Yeah,
within
Yes.
I'll give that to you. I'll give it to you.
You can.
Okay,
I read the rules
so she's
yesterday.
gonna step out from the tent, so the tent's not blocking her,
Okay.
and she's gonna fire back at him.
Okay.
Sorry, give me 1 second. I was on my spell page and had to go back up to my weapon.
I'm just sitting there on the ground going, come on, hit.
I missed.
Yep. So, I don't know what you were firing, but you missed. Was it a spell or a crossbow?
My crossbow.
Yep. So you missed.
But
You
I'm
fired,
gonna then step
and you
back
missed.
behind the tent again.
Yep. That's why I didn't even move you. I wasn't gonna do it. Okay. And then it goes old Dalhis.
I look to Lucia, or can I yell to Lucia and ask if she has any healing?
Yeah, I'll allow that.
Do you have healing? I need healing.
No.
You don't have anything?
No.
Shit.
Remember how you said you get a lot of stuff after you get off level 1, Burke?
Okay.
That goes for everybody.
All right.
Yep.
So I say, I know that, and I say, well, I run up to the fucker.
I figured you would.
Yep. And I roll fucking 8. Probably miss.
It does not hit.
I go for my unarmed strike, and I get a 9.
And that does not hit.
Okay.
Either. So, then it would go silver, but dead.
Yep.
But unconscious.
And so he is going to go through, and he is going to drop his bow and swing at you with his longsword. And he drops you.
God damn it.
So you are now on the ground because he did it. You only had 1 hit point, right?
Yeah, I only had 1.
So no matter what, he was going to get you. So you are now down on the ground.
How many hit points do I have?
You had 1, so you just go down to 0.
Okay.
And on your next turn, you'll start making saving throws.
Yep.
Unless if Lucia can get to you. Okay, so Lucia, it's now your turn. It's a 1-on-1 matchup basically.
Every
Gonna
fight
step
of
out and
ours
fire
ends up
that
with...
crossbow again.
Oh,
Critical
fucking
hit.
crit! Okay, so what's max damage that you could
Wow.
possibly do?
No modifiers, right?
Damage modifiers, yeah. So whatever if it's 1d8 plus your what is it, Dex on this one?
It'd be 1d8 plus dex, so we're looking at 9 damage.
9 damage. You hit this fucker right in the face. And he looks like, oh shit. But he is and you went back to hiding?
Yes.
Okay.
If necessary.
Well, yeah, I would say that you probably went
He
back
ain't
in.
dead.
He's not dead. He's
Okay,
not
then
dead.
yes,
He's
I
still
went
up.
back into hiding.
He's still up. So you went back into hiding, but he knows he's not going to get a good shot there on you. So he what's his range? Okay. So he gets here and you still have a little bit of cover on the tent. He moves here to fire at you.
All right, he fires. Craig, don't it's not
I'm
perfect.
sorry.
Don't worry.
I'm sorry. I get caught up in these things.
Don't worry about that. No time.
He fires and he rolls an 18. For 3 points of damage.
Oof.
I am dead.
Ooh. All of you
Total party wife.
go down.
Oh no.
He cackles as he knows he has now fallen all of you on this one.
Oh my god.
And right as light is fading from all 3 of your eyes as you see this guy walking around, you hear a massive commotion. And then for all 3 of you, everything goes black. And that's where we're leaving it for this week.
Oh my god. You know what?
Done.
This is nonsense. The first fight I do something and we still lose the fight. Like, god dang it.
I think the rat should have leveled me up. I killed 30 of them.
Oh,
We all brought. Actually, I killed 29.
That's true. I incinerated one. With that's
Okay.
wild. I
So
guess I'll have to...
you guys started your travel. You guys bought, or you didn't buy anything today, did you? No, you bought a map and you bought a tent.
Bought
Or
a
no,
map.
you bought the map. You guys traveled out and had a little bit of trouble there with some enemies in the nighttime.
Oh god.
You guys heard a massive commotion as everything was starting to go dark.
Okay.
And who
And we'll
knows
pick
what'll
up-
happen next time.
And we'll pick up next week.
Let's clap.
Yep.
Alright.
Top of my 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's all make noise. 3, 2, 1.
All right, Michelle, go.
Bye, Michelle. Thank you.
See ya.
Bye.
See ya.
Take us off air.
Yep, I will.
I'm gonna end the Skype call.
Where is... There's the stream.